Yeah, but I can't
Where are
watch
you?
you.
In the
Where you?
party.
I'm so sorry. Do you have the time to listen to me whine? Do you wait? There was this one video I saw. It was like the caption just said, when you're a pirate and your booze start smelling funny, or like your booze starts like becoming sentient or something, and it's just this pirate looking into the camera. He goes, "Do you have the time to listen to me whine?" I thought it was funny. It's like
Redeems
Sorry, I
aren't
laughed, but I also
temporarily turned off.
choked on a fucking talkie. I'm apologizing.
Announcement from Zertafox. Redeems aren't temporarily turned off due to Shadow's backstory.
Alright.
Oh, whoops. Announcement, it's opposite day.
I'm so confused on my subscriber goal, but I dig it.
Did it again.
Okay,
That's
let's...
what I did.
Someone...
Did it again. Sorry.
Someone give me a recap.
Wait, do we want to wait
Let's
for
start
Shadow?
again.
Shadow is live. Shadow's live.
Recap.
Wait, is he? Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been live since you've been singing.
Yeah.
No fucking way. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
They heard you that whole time. It's okay. I don't think there's anybody in here but Saber and Zerda and
Wolf.
Wolfie.
And even then, we're hearing it straight up.
It's okay. It'll just go on YouTube.
Ah, yeah.
Clip.
It's going on
Recap.
YouTube.
Hold on. Let me get my mind in order.
Also, Shadow, after you have a lot of things for you today.
That's sweet.
You also need to take a look at your pet sometime today.
Okay.
I'm not talking about Frost either.
Okay. Wait, what?
It took you a second.
Welcome in, Solix. Let me think. So what happened last time?
Wiz trying to
I
get...
would recap, but I feel like it'd be like 10 seconds.
We went to a hyena bar and I almost got laid.
Never too late.
What do you mean?
And I laid the bartender.
Exactly.
What do you mean? I impressed him more than you.
Okay.
I had
3
I had-
years and beat him in arm wrestling.
I had double nat 20s.
Yeah.
You don't count.
That's true. How do I explain this? Because so like the first half was somewhat a blur because like it was back and forth. But basically, long story short, is Plixels had to take their leave, or AKA Rowena. In the meantime, we got alerted to a hyena that was roaming about, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about Altera? Yeah.
Yeah, Altera.
Yeah.
He was roaming around, so we made contact with them, and then they were talking about. Basically, all they asked was if we wanted to go see the hyena village. If I recall, I don't remember exactly. Something about magic or.
I mean, technically, he was trying to, like, I guess.
I know.
This is their recap.
Okay, yeah, go for it then.
I know his end goal, but I don't know. I didn't know at the time. Like, I forget exactly. Anyways, we were going to like
doesn't matter.
Cackleberg. Where the fuck did we go?
This is Shadow's
Cackalack?
recap.
Well, he's asking for a name now. Cackalack.
I'm just messing with you.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so we decided to head over to Kakalak. We went to the bar. We had a good time. Hard Noggin jumped on the table and started singing. There was arm wrestling. There was real wrestling. It was all fun. And then, what was his name again? R something?
Altera.
Altera, sorry. Every time I think
Again.
Artemis, I'm like, what
His
the
name
fuck?
is literally
Yeah.
Alter because he alters minds. So it's
Altera.
Altera. That's how I came up with it.
Okay, so then Altera said,
That
hey,
makes so much more
I
sense.
found where we needed to go. So then he led us to like a nearby cave, a nearby like area. This is Dungeons and Dragons, Skunkman. And then after we pass into the cave, or down into the depths of wherever we are right now, we found our old partner, Trix. He was laying on, I am assuming that's like an altar or whatever that is.
Yeah.
And Trix didn't want to see us. He just wanted to lay here in his misery. Then shortly after that, Altera started attacking Trix. We tried to stop that, but then we failed. So then Altera started attacking us. So then we started attacking Altera. I got knocked the fluff out. The rest of the gang decided to beat him down to within an inch of his life and then capture him for some reason. And now we're here, stuck down in this lava pit. Well, not stuck, but we're just here. And that's it.
Okay. Well, if that's everything, I can kind of pick up where we're at and what we're doing. So, yeah, right now, and also Zerda, I decided to be a little bit more generous, but realistic at the same time.
Mhm.
You can have whatever fucking gear you want, sure. So he's his hands are tied behind his back. He's got a gag. He's got a blindfold and like some makeshift headphones that you made that aren't great because you can't really make the best like soundproof headphones. And they're not headphones; they don't play anything, but they're like more like earmuffs. And so he's kind of just sitting there, totally deprived, just chilling. He can't really do much. And you also had Trix's body over here. I believe Razzie, you already took it. Razzie?
I'm back.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Oh, yes.
Razzie, what'd you do with Trix's body?
Oh, I'm temporarily putting him in the bag of holding until we get somewhere safer.
Sure, of course. So you took Trix's body. He's already in the bag of holding. He's pretty much intact besides kind of the top
exploded
half
head.
of his head is kind of like blown off. He still has a little bit of like his jaw there, but he just had so much pressure in his mind that his entire head just kind of exploded. So, I mean, still as dead as he always looked, I guess, but without half of his head. But he's just chilling in your bag of holding. And you guys have Shadow unconscious on the ground. Took a huge beating. He's got a bunch of blood that's like run out of his ears and like his eyes, and it seems like a lot of tension is built up in his mind as well. He's laying there, and you can't really tell if he's alive or not. And then yeah, you also have Altera, just restrained at the moment. What do you guys do?
And Shadows while playing Hard Noggin.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot that part.
Can I punch Altera in the face again, just to ensure?
Yeah. So you don't even need to roll for it. You just walk up to Altera and you just deck him in the face, and he just kind of like his head knocks to the side, and then he just looks forward again, and he kind of like tries to cough a little bit, but he's gagged, so it's harder for him to do. So he does it a lot more, and then he kind of just stops and just looks forward again. But he's not really looking. I mean, he has a blindfold on, but he just kind of makes his gaze forward and just sits as still as possible.
So, Dusty, what you think we should do?
Honestly, I wanted to kill him before he does anything else, but everyone else tied him up.
True. Hard Naga, your opinion?
That's you, Shadow.
Sorry. 2 seconds, sorry.
Oh, that was
what
the
was
dog.
Yeah.
Your opinion on what to do with him?
I thought we were taking him back to the
Oh,
town.
yeah. I just wanted to make sure before
Hold on.
By the way, so wait, go ahead, Shadow.
No, I don't know, because Zerda knows his character better than I do, so I'm like, I don't know. I have to get in the headspace of Hard Noggin, and I was like,
Zerda,
well,
are you Are you sure you don't want to just play Hard Noggin?
I mean, that's okay. I mean, I can. It's just Shadow won't have anything to play for a little bit.
I had an idea to bring him back right away.
But
No,
I think
he's
Zerda's
not.
Been writing. Zerda's been writing with me being
Yeah,
unconscious.
Zer's been doing
essentially.
true.
stuff,
Okay,
so
okay,
he
yeah,
might
yeah,
have to be like.
Yeah.
Just,
How about this,
start the
Shadow?
story-
I will. You read up on your pet, and I will play Hard Knockin' while you read up on your pet.
I will do that.
Perfect.
Razor.
There we
So
go.
as you guys are kind of arguing about what to do with Altera, he kind of laughs again a little bit. But you know, it's kind of a muffled laugh since he's still not able to really talk or do much.
So you just hear Arnag says, "Well, I think we should definitely take him back to the Wizard College, as I don't think that the hyenas will support or condone violence of this caliber. At least not towards allies. At least from what we saw in the tavern, they don't seem to be hostile to us. So we should make a fuss at the Mages Council."
Altera laughs a little bit harder, but he also coughs out a little bit of blood this time. Most of it kind of gets stuck on the gag, but you see a few drops kind of leave his mouth as he does this.
Yeah.
He's still pretty beat up. You didn't kill him, of course, but you put him to sleep when he was at a pretty low health.
I'm gonna crouch down and like grab his ear to pull him closer and just like whisper very angrily, just like, "Listen here, you little fucking shit. Stop
Do you
fucking
take like
laughing."
the earmuffs off?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. and
One
then what do
side,
you say to
only
him?
one side.
Only one side. What do you say to him?
"Listen here, you little shit. Quit fucking laughing." And just pushes him back.
You
So
push
I
him
guess
back.
I'm probably going to
Okay.
yeah, like so. I'll probably be the one to like, if have to be, I'll try and carry him away if I can't. Dusty can.
Keep in mind, you do still have an unconscious Shadow here, just chilling.
Yeah, I know. It's just like one of
Yeah.
us is carrying one or the other, but honestly, I'd rather take care of carrying him.
Take care of Karen. Ooh.
I actually used my last spell slot to shrink Shadow.
Oh yeah, that's right, you
Yeah.
did. So yeah, but I
I-
still
I-
want to carry Altera.
Yeah, Shadow should be about the poundage of like maybe 30 pounds at most.
Yeah, pretty easy to carry.
I can carry Shadow.
What do you mean, Zerda? Where is this page? Is it in my?
It's just
party
the.
pack?
Oh no, it's just the character sheet. Like you don't have to look at the other pages. It's just the character sheet, nothing else.
So I just need to memorize like their abilities and stuff.
Yep. Just look over those abilities and such. But yeah, so
You pick up Shadow, super light. Like this is really kind of. I think I said this last session too. Like he's super light. You know, you usually look at Shadow and you're like, he's a big dude, but he's been shrunken down, and even when you pick him up, he's still really heavy for his size. But like, not in a bad way, of course. But you know, you pick him up, and you're just like, wow, like for a guy this small at the moment, like he's still kind of putting up a fight against gravity. And you know, you throw him over your shoulder or whatever you do with him, or you know, you kind of put him on your back, and you can carry him pretty easily. And if you do you like step across like this lava, or like are you guys gonna just like bring him back? Do you have anything else you want to do?
are you gonna make us roll an acrobatics check to go across this small lava pool?
No,
Okay.
I might with
Okay.
Altera because he's not a giant person, but you know, Shadow, no, you could just hop over that pretty easily. But like
I
Altera,
mean, like, I'll roll it if need be.
I would say roll it for Altera because yeah, are you gonna like jump over with him? Are you gonna throw him over?
I mean, probably
Honestly,
Wolfie
I
could.
want to throw him over. He doesn't deserve to.
I mean,
like, gently
Wolfie.
carried over.
I think Wolfie should be the one to throw him over. He has the highest strength score. And I can carry Shadow, because I have the second highest strength score.
Well, you can have if you have two
Yeah.
people do it, you can kind of do like that thing where you swing them back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, have that like you can have advantage on that as well.
So I'll
Yeah,
let Wolf.
This should be an easy check. Like if two people do it, or you have
He's gonna land in the lava.
that's a possibility. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just you gotta roll it.
Wolfie,
Full fucking
I mean, like,
hyena.
there's a chance that even if I were to carry him over, we'd both land in lava, you know?
Wolfie,
No,
throw
you
him.
guys can get across pretty easily, but throwing Altera, I will make you make a check for
roll a d20, Wolfie.
with advantage.
How do I do that?
Roll
J-
D20. It probably
yeah.
Okay, on the side, underneath the roller, there's a dice. You can literally click, like, 1d20. That's
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
On the far left, you can roll dice that way.
Okay, roll it again because you have advantage.
Wolfie, we trust in you. There we go. And not 20.
I was gonna say the DC was a 10, so you got him over.
Oh,
you
he is-
actually throw him a little bit too far. He like smacks into the ground and takes a hit point of damage.
Isn't he at 1 hit point?
No, you put him to sleep when he was. I'm not gonna tell you. Well, doesn't matter.
You
He's
used-
at 10 hit points when you
Oh,
put him
you-
to sleep.
Oh yeah, no, mind. You said he was at 1, and then I feel like he healed out of the 1 HP.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
at
he
one,
still
and then
has a
he healed
pretty
himself up.
good amount of health. It's
He's
just,
at 8 hit points right now. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, and by the
he's
way,
not
I
beating him up until we get there.
am 100% holding a action to attack him if he provides hostile actions.
With what?
Vicious mockery.
Okay, sure. Okay, and you guys all get across pretty easily. Do you want to start walking back through the cavern?
I mean, we kind of have
Yeah.
to, don't
Oh
we?
yeah, I mean, is there? My point is like, is there anything else you feel like you need to do before you head
No,
over?
we got tricks. We got this piece of shit. I mean, I don't think there's anything else.
There you go.
Okay. So you head back and you go into this room again. If you remember, it was kind of messing with your mind. It's very quiet now. You didn't think it was loud before, but there's something about this room that's just like quiet and just totally just, below the radar. Like it used to kind of like even when you walked into it originally, before it started hitting your mind, there was kind of more of like an ambiance or like a a vague kind of just build up on your mind. Oh, that's all gone. This room is totally not threatening. I mean, besides the fact that there's still a bunch of, infestations and it's dark, but you're still lit up with lava. It for some reason it feels a lot safer than it did before. So you walk back with no issue. And then you get to this room again. And you see the spiders back in their webs. And as you walk through the room, you kind of hear the walking of like the little like pitter patter and everything that spiders do. It kind of stops for a moment. And you think to yourself for a moment, oh god, like, are these gonna attack again? And one of the spiders starts kind of running up. The other ones start kind of running over. And then all of a sudden, you hear this whistle. And they just stop. And then, this one starts to kind of like look around for a second, back off a little, and then it scurries back into its web over here. And then this one kind of like continues to walk up a little bit, and then the whistle gets a lot louder, and then it just sprints back over to the web over here. And you see a familiar face pop up. So the hag that you met earlier, that Trix actually converted into. I don't think this is the same.
I can grab. I'll grab the token for you. You keep
Sure, no,
talking.
you
I'll
don't
grab the
have to.
token.
This is gonna be quick. But
I
she
want the
kind of
token.
crawls up. If you have to, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But she kind of crawls up, and wait, can I not? Hello?
Hello.
Why isn't it letting me? Oh, because you're doing it.
Oh no,
What are you doing?
I'm doing it for you. Whatever you're doing, there you
Let
go.
me just do it.
GM.
I don't know why it wasn't working for you.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, she kind of walks up to you and she just goes. She kind of tilts her head a little bit and stares at the party down a little bit. And she goes, "You were with Trix, weren't you, when he tamed me?" Is that why you're
Yeah.
here?
Originally, I guess. Yeah.
Where is he now?
Sadly, I bag of holding because this dickhead fucking killed him. Again.
Is that the okay? Yeah, switch out the tokens.
Yep.
I don't even know who you guys are talking about.
That's all right, Wolfie. You weren't here for this, so you see some spider hag that you've never seen before in your life, and she just walks up to you and like, she talks in a way that she's familiar with the party, at least a little bit, or recognizes them, and is very not threatening. And you can also kind of discern that this was her whistle that kind of backed the spiders off. And she goes, "I'm sorry, my children didn't greet you very pleasantly upon your entrance, but I will make sure they do not give you any more trouble. I apologize."
It's appreciated. They didn't know. If anything, they got a meal.
A meal.
They thank you greatly. They were telling me many great things. But I don't think you'd want to stay here very long regardless. And if Trix is truly... Wait, what'd you say happened to Trix?
I put him in the back. I just straight up told her, I was just like, had put him in the back of holding, taking him to a better place. This dickhead fucking killed him again. That was basically all I said.
I understand. Death is something that we are quite familiar with down here. It's hard to get attached. I mean, we are simply co-workers, but of course I would have backed him up in any way. It is a shame. We lost a really great member today. But I appreciate you taking care of him, regardless of how close we truly were. I will speak with the Mortuus more about this. And she kind of steps aside and she goes, well, you've gotten through here before on your own. I assume you could do it again. And she just kind of waves you over and kind of nods as you walk past. And you hop over the chasm, no problem. You guys have done it before. You know, you just decide, fuck it, we're gonna take Altera, just shove him through the web. Hope none of the spiders, get to him. And the hag kind of shoos them off as they try to do anything about it. You get him across pretty safely. Then you run up to the entrance again, and you see one familiar face, one that you're very familiar with. You see Iris standing at the top of the hill, looking insanely panicked and sweating profusely. And you see this other hyena that you've never seen before. But they're kind of standing on the ledge, both kind of freaking out. And Iris is kind of just pacing back and forth and looks over the ledge to see you guys all walking out, and she goes, "Oh my god!" As he just kind of runs up. He's like, "What happened? Are you guys okay? What are you doing with Altera? What did he do?"
Well, I'm unconscious.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I just want to see if, like, Wolfie had anything or anything, but okay. Hey, we're fine. Dickhead here as I shoulder him up. It's like, dickhead here decided to kill a dude who didn't fucking deserve it. So,
Altera?
and try to attack us.
Who did Altera kill? Altera, what happened?
Man's muffled. But
exactly, like he calls that anyways. Yeah. He goes, what happened? And then he starts to kind of like, look down and like close his eyes for a moment. He goes, "Oh, I see." And he kind of looks over at Altera, sees that Altera can't even hear, and he just goes, "So, Altera was successful, I guess, with his mission."
You mean mission?
Well, I came as soon as I could. I swear I didn't know anything until just recently. Word travels fast in this town, and when I found out you guys were here, I came as soon as possible. But Altera came here to kill Trix, and he took you along, and he lied, and I don't support it one bit. I never. I'm so torn. I never knew Trix. I knew that he was a pain to this town, but I didn't know you guys would get mixed up in something like this, and I'm sorry. I should also introduce. Sorry, this is Soraya. She's a friend of mine. And Soraya kind of like looks down and like blushes a little bit.
Hello, Karama.
She seems very like shy, and kind of timid about the whole thing, but she's also kind of stressed out, kind of building off of like Iris's stress. And Iris goes, "But we came here to help. Is Shadow okay? What happened to Shadow?" And Altera's not okay either.
Shadow's a bit beat up. Altera deserves it, but Shadow's a bit beat up because of Altera.
Listen, I trust you guys, and I hope you can trust me as well. Altera isn't a bad person.
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying that dude's a dick, even whenever we dealt with him.
He's a little unconventional and overly logical at times, but he wouldn't do something like this unless he truly thought it was justified. Believe me, a lot of people in this town have had a hard time with things like this in the past.
He attacked us unprovoked.
What was that, Hard Noggin?
He attacked us unprovoked through assumptions. So he didn't exactly tell truths throughout the process.
Well, he was always a good liar. And, you know, he could even modify memory if he really wanted to convince you of something and make you really think it was true. But I promise you, he would only do that if he had a justified reason. But at the same time, I'm not defending his actions completely. I'm just saying that he had to have come from a place that was logical. That's how he is. He wouldn't have done something off of rash emotion. In fact, sometimes that's his downfall, is that he is too logical. I swear he didn't mean it in a way that was too... Oh god, I don't know. And he kind of just starts pacing back and forth again, and he's so torn. Like, you've never seen Iris this... Like, you've seen him stressed out about things, and you've seen him not really know what to do in a situation, but in this situation, he's, like, very much torn between his hyena allies and you all, since he has worked with you. And he knows that you're all... Or at least he thinks that you're all good people, and so he's really beat up about this mentally. He goes, "We don't have time.
Hey, kiddo.
See Shadow."
Before you do, kiddo. Here. And Holynoggin is going to take all the spell scrolls that was on Altera that were left over, and is going to pass them in a backpack of his over to Iris.
No, you don't understand. I'm giving these back to Altera, and we're taking him back, and we're going back to the city.
Consider these payment for almost attacking and starting a war among my people.
No. You need to calm down, okay? And you've never seen Iris like this serious either. He looks at you and just says, Altera is going back to the school, and you even see, like, Soraya kind of, like, she's kind of, like, threatened by this almost. Like, she doesn't really see Iris like this a whole lot either, you can discern. But you can also tell they have, like, this really, like, strong bond between them. But Iris kind of just goes, we're taking Altera back to the school, and we're going to the city, okay? I told them that I'm going back to work with the king and to be another, you know, internship mage thing. I still have a little bit of progress, but we need to go now, and we need to take Altera back. And Altera starts kind of, like, laughing again.
I'm either gonna keep these scrolls and sell them on the black market, or you can have them, either or. But I'm not giving these scrolls back to him. He misused this magic.
I don't think that the school is on bad terms with you all.
You're right.
Altera acted a little bit too against the orders that he had, but if we want this to resolve peacefully, bring him back to the school, we go back to the city. I will deal with this.
Oh yeah, you can have him.
Bring him back to the school anyway.
Yeah, I'm just keeping the scrolls that he has. The
But
scrolls are
it's
payment.
property. It's sacred. Payment for what?
Payment? This is technically he's our property right now, so that makes his possessions my property.
It's payment for blowing my considered best friend's head off.
Consider it reparations.
And
Altera?
attacking all of us.
Again, Iris looks down and doesn't know what to do. And he just goes, I know all of you. I'm the only one that knows everyone here. And I don't know how much my word is worth to you. I know you just met me, and I know I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about 90% of the time, but you're gonna listen to me right now and say that I know everybody here is valid and a good person. So take that blindfold off, take those earmuffs off, ungag him. You can leave him tied up if you want, but I just want to talk to him. And we're taking him back to the school now.
We'll take off all the gear back at the Mage College. I don't want to be out in the open when he's released.
I was gonna say, it's fine, it's whatever, but we're keeping him tied up no matter the
I'm-
what.
Fine.
I'm
You can even keep the blindfold on. He can't cast his magic if he can't see for 90% of what he can do. I want to ungag him, and if he starts doing something, I will know. But I also know that he won't. He knows that he's been defeated, and he's not going to try and act rashly. I mean, look at him, and Altera kind of just coughs up some more blood.
Are you gonna be...
I know he's not helpless, but he's beat up, and he's done. He's stopped. Has he resisted since you tied him up? He's smart. He knows that he's not going to get away with it.
Then
Let's talk to him.
I have an idea then. If you want to talk to him, then you can talk to him in writing.
Iris kind of paces around and sighs. He just goes, "Listen, fine. If you want to take the time, I will write a message to him."
No, you
Does that
can
make you
speak.
feel better?
You can speak to him. He just has to write to you.
But then
So
you're
that
gonna let
mean
his
you have
hands
to
free?
untie him?
I can let his hands free, but
Honestly,
rather-
I don't think that's a good decision. I was
I'm
going to
so
say,
confused.
we'll just. I was going to say, a lot of spells involve hands. That's bad.
and verbal
Keep him
components.
blindfolded and tied up.
Soraya just
We
kind
can
of
talk.
starts to walk up behind Iris a little and go, "Iris, I don't know if I should be here. This doesn't seem right. I don't know what I." And Iris just turns around and goes, "Soraya, I'm sorry. It's okay. This will be resolved. But you're right. I don't know if I should have brought you here. I'm sorry."
Okay.
And Soraya just kind of like gives this giant hug to Iris, and Iris kind of has like his hands up and starts to like slowly hug Soraya as well and go, "Okay, go back to school. I think we've got it from here. And don't tell anyone what happened. Okay? I will take care of this." And Soraya just kind of like looks over at the party, looks at Iris again, and sheds like a small tear, and then starts running off back towards where the school is. Iris looks down again and says, "So how are you comfortable letting me talk to Altera? Because I'm gonna talk to him.
I say you
I
can
want both
talk
sides
to
of the
him.
story."
They said he can. Like, we can create a zone of silence around us, and then he can communicate through writing. That way, he won't be able to verbally use any of his spells.
Well, how do you want to do that? Does anyone know that spell?
Oh, I guess.
You're out of
Huh.
spell slots, Zerda.
I forgot that Shadow's ability.
Yeah, you forgot the shadows a bit. I
That's-
knew that was where you're going, and I was just like,
You all kind of look around and go, you're talking about this, figuring out what you can do, and Iris just goes, "Just let me talk to him. It's not that
I was
hard."
going to just come down here instead of yelling at the top of a hill.
Iris jumps down, starts taking off a bunch of the gear, and just kind of like chucks it down at like Hard Noggin's feet. And just
Keep
kinda goes,
a
"Why do you even have all of this anyway?"
keep a keep a dot at the ready on Altera, Saber. And this gear is complimentary of the brothel in town. You're welcome to visit if you'd like to purchase any of your own. Consider it a demonstration of its effectiveness.
Iris kind of like gags a little, like having no idea that this had like any sexual innuendos to it, and then kind of just gets back to what he was doing. Iris is
Sorry,
very innocent, in case you didn't know, from his demeanor and everything. But he kind of just looks over and goes, "Okay, whatever. It's not the problem right now."
Okay.
And he
I'm
takes
going
off.
to just like full on drop the dude, still keeping him by like the ear. Just not to like muffle it, but like just grabbing a hold of it.
Okay, so you kind of just drop him, and
Yeah.
Iris kind of just looks at you a little bit like, kind of like, "Why'd you do that?" And then like goes down and like takes off his blindfold and his earmuffs and his gag, leaves him tied up, and he just goes, "Altera, what happened?" And Altera just like stares forward with his usual kind of mindlessness. Not necessarily mindlessness, because it is mostly his mind that's doing everything for him. He just kind of stares forward and he just goes, "I took care of the problem. Trix was a problem, and you knew that." And he goes, "I know. I know Trix was a problem. Why did you attack them?" And Altera kind of just looks over more in Iris's direction and actually makes eye contact and goes, "You know that they were very fond of Trix. You never met Trix, but you could tell that they were fond of him, and that's understandable. We might have had some conflicts in motive. I had a mission, I had a goal, and I took care of that how I saw fit. Now, if someone murdered your friend right in front of them, you're telling me you wouldn't lash out? You're telling me that nobody here would have lashed out? I made the logical decision and I struck first." Iris, like, hearing this, is very just like, you see this panic, this very silent panic go over Iris. And he's like, "So it's true. You did." And Altera just goes, he doesn't say anything. He just looks forward and just, that more so confirms anything than, even if he said anything. And Iris just goes, God, I don't know. Okay, Altera, I know who you are. I know that you're like this. We're gonna bring you back because we need to be on good terms with them, and they are my friends. And you know that the school wants to be on good terms with them. So you fucked up. We're gonna bring you back, and we're gonna leave. And Altera like grabs Altera by the shoulders and starts kind of walking. And Altera is, he could easily outstrengthen Iris, but he's pretty beat up, and he doesn't actually like try to fight or anything. And Iris kind of grabs him and starts dragging him over to the college. And he goes, "You guys are coming with me too. We're going
That was
now."
the plan.
As an ambassador of the Kobolds, it is important that I actually accompany you anyways. I wouldn't take no for an answer.
I was gonna say I want to see what happens to this. I want to
Good.
see where this goes.
You didn't have a choice. And Iris starts like storming off up this little like, whatever you want to call this stairway, and starts running off over to the college. As you guys get over, you have a pretty silent walk for the most part over to the college. And you get there. Iris is here, the way this played out. So, give me 1 second. You see Iris. I guess Iris was with you. You see 5 mages, very dressed up for this occasion, as if they've been expecting you in their typical mage outfits. So on the very bottom, you see 4 hyenas, and you actually see a wolf on the top here. But you can tell that these people are pretty high up in command, and they are most likely in charge of the kind of mage college. They're part of like the main council. And you see this one kind of step forward. The reddish one. Wait, what is it to zoom in again? Like shift click or something?
It is Shift Z. Shift Z.
Shift Z. You see
Yep.
this one. He's a little bit younger, and it kind of doesn't really know what he's totally doing. You can just tell by his facial expression. He starts kind of reading some kind of glow in his hands. And this one in the front, she kind of just like waves him off, like, "Don't do that. That's not what you need to be doing." And he kind of just stops and dissipates whatever spell he's working on. This female hyena walks forward and she goes, "We have no quarrel with you. We know what's going on because we were the ones that sent Altera on this, and we're going to just make this quick and get on with our lives. We're going to put this behind us. We know what you've done against the humans, and we support that. We know that Trix has had some disparities among what we truly value here in Kakalak. You've helped us with the humans and with Trix, and we want to be on good terms. We will let you go if you give us Altera."
They were planning on giving that to you anyways. We have no intentions of keeping him as some form of hostage until there is an official declaration of war, which I'm assuming there won't be, then we should be on good terms.
Good terms.
Iris walks forward with Altera and tries to like take off his like ropes but can't. And then one of the other mages back here just kind of like does some weird fizzle in their hand, and the chains just kind of snap off. And Altera just kind of walks forward, doesn't even look back. His back is to you, and he just stares off in like this direction. And Iris goes. Iris doesn't say anything, and this mage in the front here, Shift Z. There we go. They kind of just look over at Iris and they say, "I know you're torn, and I know you don't know how to feel right now. You did what you thought was best, and you are still a valued student here at this academy. We will consider this. A strike seems a little harsh, but we will keep an eye on you." And Iris just kind of, panics a little, but nods. And this hyena starts to kind of walk back with Altera. And as she kind of turns around again, she goes, "You should leave now and get on with your mission. And you can take Iris with you again. He is requested back at the city anyways to work with the High King. We appreciate your help with the humans. And although it was against your will, we appreciate your help with Trix. And I'm sorry this is a little unconventional, but I will be honest with you. We can't take risks like this. Trix is a threat, and as she kind of says this a little, this wolf kind of starts to step up and silence the one in the front, and he just says, I think we should be honest with them, Valora. I don't think we should keep beating around the bush if we really want to be on good terms. And she kind of like looks down, looks forward at you again, and says, this isn't the first time we've had this happen. As much as we loved Trix when he was a student here, we've had some... Oh, unfortunate isn't even close enough to describe this, but Immortuous has found ways to take more than just Trix. He's taken students from our academy over and over. And although we've almost put a stop to it, it still seems to happen, and there's not much we can do about it. He's a very powerful being. But as long as he keeps taking, he leaves us alone. And as hard as we work to prevent it from happening, there's not much we can do. But we have let people like this exist in the past. We have tried so hard to bring them back. We have tried so hard to fix what they have, and we can't. And we shouldn't. We can't let magic like this, you can't even call it magic, we can't let that exist in a free world like this. It's dangerous. And it's hard for us to make decisions like that. But that is where we stand, and I hope you can understand us. And after this kind of silence, she goes, again, this doesn't concern you. We want to be on good terms. Go back to the city. Iris will come with you. Everything is fine. We don't want any more trouble.
You also seem to forget that they still have the act of the aggression, and while we are giving you 100% of what we have, you haven't really given us anything back in return.
She kind of, starts to think and looks over at Altera, and she goes, Altera will be dealt with. This was not by the council standards. He was supposed to deal with Trix, but he was not supposed to kill any of you. He was not supposed to even show major aggression towards any of you. If anything, he was told to subdue you. And I think he went a little overboard as she kind of glares over at Altera. She looks back at you again and kind of like takes a deep breath and just goes, he will be dealt with. And this guy over here, this hyena, he walks forward and he goes, oh, come on, you think we're idiots? He took a bunch of his stuff anyways. And this one again, which again, her name is Valora, you heard that from the wolf. She looks over, like darts over at this guy's direction, and he kind of steps back again and like puts his head down. And she goes, he's not wrong. You did take property of the school. We would like that back, please.
I will do you one better. How about we keep the things, considering they were used against us, and that will be the start of the reparations for destroying the trust that we had with you all.
She looks over at Altera. Altera looks over at Valora and kind of starts to mutter something and like make these like symbols with his hands as she kind of, you can tell they're like looking at each other, and she just looks over at you guys again and says, okay, Altera's fine with it. You can have his things.
And there's only one last thing I think that would solve all of these issues, and to make sure that the hyenas remain in good faith with us kobolds.
And what's that? We will listen to your demands.
We just want one thing. I would like to transfer, and with the approval of the king, of course, I would like to change Iris's internship to the kobolds instead of the city, and he will carry out there instead, and we will make sure that with a hyena in all debt, or in all party and all allies, we would be able to trust you oh so much more.
She looks over at the rest of the council and looks back at you and says, we would have to discuss this, but with all due respect, Iris has put a lot of work in with the king, and it's very, very high regard to be with the king. Iris is one of our best students here, and
Then
though
he
he has a
is.
lot to learn, he is growing very quickly.
Then he will be very valuable to us as we are starting our own war against the humans. He will be playing a vital role in that.
Again, with all due respect, I don't know if the kobolds have very much magic experience. I can talk to the king about this, and we can have Iris go on more adventures with you, but at the end of the day, his allegiance will still belong to the king and the school.
Exactly.
Kind of like looks over at the party and is like, kind of giving you like the guys stop, like kind of
was
like
gonna
staring at you
say.
like guys, please, and
I would say it's like you shouldn't force that on the kid anyways. That's not
Valora-
right. No matter how pissed I am at Altera.
Valora walks forward, puts a hand on Iris's shoulder and goes, "Again, darling, you are on good terms with us. Your allegiance will be to the king. You can adventure with this party and use the skills that you have learned. But," and she looks over at you all again and says, "Admittedly, the king and the people around the king have a lot more experience with magic, as they communicate with us frequently. The kobolds, I don't know if they have as much magical experience as we do. We do have a very fine institute here that we take very highly. But I do hear your concerns, and Iris will be able to travel with you if that is your concern."
You just see Hard Nog smile with a wide grin, and you say, "Kobolds discerned from dragons, as you may know. You would be surprised what kind of magical blood goes down our lines," as he says with just the toothiest of grin.
She looks down at you again and kind of laughs a little, and this wolf kind of walks forward again. He's a little bit older, and you can tell he's a little bit more experienced. He just kind of says, "I hear you, but what we do here is not blood. It's not born. It is taught. We have taught Iris everything that we know, and we are still in the process of teaching more. And Iris has even learned some more by himself. We are not saying this in a way that disrespects your culture or your people. We do believe that kobolds are truly magical. But Iris has worked very hard for what he has, and he was not born with any of this. This is a different kind of magic, and we respect all kinds of that. Iris belongs with the king and his magic in order to really become his true self. His highest potential, if you will."
Very well, then I will have my audience with the king in all due time. As you know, there is war approaching among the eastern shore.
Valora walks forward again and says, "Well, again, we respect you, and we hope that you can forgive us for this. This was not an easy task. We would expect you to leave very soon, as word of this is not very appropriated around the town. After this, our town deserves an explanation, but we will handle that, and you will handle your mission with the king. Are we understood?"
Very well, as the ambassadors of the kobolds, I will say that this is an acceptable means. Though I will be making sure to keep up with his studies, and you should be as well. Iris has shown great potential on the field, and I'd like to see his power grow more.
I'm glad we could be on the same page. Iris, say your goodbyes, and you are free to leave. And Iris just kind of says, "Yeah, of course. I'm so sorry," and just like starts running over here. And you see them go into this kind of panel thing, and they just kind of like, there's this light that kind of glows around them as they kind of shoot up like into the air and disappear at the same time. Kind of like the warp thing in like Star Trek. Like they kind of do that. Like it's super, generic and basic, but like they kind of walk up here and they disappear for a moment. And then after you kind of wait a little bit for Iris to do his thing, he comes back down out of this side. And so these are kind of like elevators of sorts. You can kind of teleport in and out. This is like the exit one. The other one's like the entrance one. But he walks out and says, "Okay, I'm ready to go." And the council awaits for everyone to leave respectfully.
Before we leave, though, separate from the kobolds, I don't have anything against this school so far. But as first impressions go, at least for Altera, though I understand his mission, I don't like him.
Do you say
Technic-
this out loud to
Te-
anybody, or do you just kind
Yes,
of like?
I
think
turned it.
Technically,
I'm telling them.
technically, Iris is your first impression, but
Yeah, but I'm saying like first impression of like Altera. That's why.
Yeah, absolutely. Altera leaves as he is very much clearly not wanted here, and he like they basically send him off to go back up to the school, and Valora, upon hearing this, walks forward again and just says, "I understand your motives and your feelings about this. Again, I didn't want to invalidate that. I hear you, and he will be taken care of. And I'm really sorry, truly, for this distrust that we started off on."
Also, Iris is a good kid. You taught him well so far.
I'll write a full report when I get back to the village.
I would say it's like I'm trying to back away and just walking out at this rate.
Okay, is there anything else that anybody wants to do before you walk back?
Nope.
I mean, don't we have to wake Shadow up?
I think I'm gonna take a nap.
I'm trying to get on with this so we can get Shadow, but
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna do a quick thing, and then we're good to go.
Okay.
Okay, so you start leaving, and you're over in this area. Same kind of path that you took to get to Kakalak. You're taking it back to get to the city.
Yeah.
And you guys have been walking mostly in silence again for a while, with kind of carrying Shadow over, not really knowing what to do with him. And is Shadow just like drowning?
Go on.
So, fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Iris kind of like starts walking, and you guys are all walking pretty quietly. You don't really have a whole lot to talk about. And then Iris gets down on his knees randomly at one point as you start to walk ahead, and you turn around and you see him. He just gets down on his knees and just starts sobbing. And he's like freaking out and having this like full-on panic attack.
I walk over, place my hand on his shoulder.
I just want to be on good terms with the school, and I trust you guys, and I trusted Altera, and I'm just so torn.
Iris, you're fine. You didn't know what was going on, and honestly, you being more for the school makes sense. You're fine.
I've just been so naive. How did I not know anything? I swear everyone knew before I did, and it's almost like they didn't want to tell me, and
They probably didn't, which that's on them. But you're fine. You had nothing to do with it.
Zerda, what do you want to do with Shadow? Because do you want to wait until he gets back to the city to do everything?
Honestly, I was just waiting for you to get done with your narrative, and then he was gonna have basically
You can do it here.
cutscenes.
Go for it. As this is all kind of happening, Zerda, go on.
Okay, so Shadow.
Okay.
You are completely unaware of everything that is obviously happening here. However, you do seem to be conscious, but Shadow, you are kind of seeing. Have you ever had like a dreamlike state where you're kind of like watching in third person?
Yeah.
You are basically seeing what looks to be a battle unfold in a very, very foggy kind of mindset right now. As you see what looks to be a set of wolves all battling some kind of creatures in the wilderness.
Ooh.
and all the wolves seem to be surrounding and attacking. And one wolf in particular stands out, and you kind of feel a faint kind of connection to this, as you're
Okay.
kind of watching an almost like a haze where everything is kind of like an old grainy film. So, and as you are kind of seeing all of this play out, one by one you begin to see some of the monsters fall down as the wolves begin to howl in victory of the battle. And one in particular, the main one in the middle, just seems to be holding their sword up in a triumphant manner, saying to all the group that the hunt has once again been another success. And as they say this, all the wolves just say, "All hail Alpha Fenris."
Ah.
Are we all actually seeing this, or just Shadow?
This is just Shadow.
Right. Okay.
And before all of the wolves, out of the ground seems to be a demonic circle that seems to paint itself in blood as the symbol, as the lines begin to form themselves, with everyone else beginning to just barely notice it. And out from this, a giant demon appears.
Oh.
Shadow the demon. No.
You all, and then so Shadow, as this kind of plays back in a heavy mind, you just see the big giant demon cleave straight into the first three wolves in front,
No.
as they seem to be their heads lopping off, blood spewing out of their bodies as they fall to the ground, with this leader up going straight into battle with the giant demon. And you can't really make out too much of what is being said, but you do see all of them begin to follow the lead as they battle it out against this demon. And that is where we'll leave off for now. Go on, Wiz, what are you doing?
So Iris is still just kind of down on his knees, and he's panicking, and he just goes, "I swear, school's everything. I've worked so hard, and I've gotten so good, and they're proud of me, and God, I don't want to mess it up. I don't know what I am without it. I don't know who I am without it."
Is he crouched over, or is he
Yeah.
just standing?
He's
Okay.
like on his knees, kind of crouched over, like on the ground, panicking.
Cool. I gotta do this again.
Crouched over.
I sit down next to him, hug him, wrap my towel around him, pat his head.
Iris, like,
You're fine.
Iris, like, grasps you and, like, just cries into your chest and, like, just sobs uncontrollably. And he just goes, "Thank you."
I placed my like chin on top of his head, pat his back. Iris, you don't have to worry about that school. Hell, even if anything were to happen, we'd make sure you'd be on good terms. You know that. We don't want to ruin your life just because of our bullshit.
His hand, like, wrapped around you, starts to kind of clench a little as he's kind of holding you tighter, and he just goes, I just don't know. I just don't know."
And it's okay to not know. Just don't think about it right now. You can think about it now, but like, just don't like suck it up. That's not a good way to live. Just be cautious, but don't think about it all the time. You'll be fine. We'll make sure of that. Even if they don't, I will. But I'm almost positive they will too. You don't have to worry about what's going to happen. It hasn't happened yet. Just look forward and keep doing what you're doing. You
He
will
kind of-
succeed.
Oh, go ahead.
That was
Okay. Yeah, he kind of like hugs you for a little bit longer in silence and like rubs your back a little. Then he kind of like backs off a little. He starts to stand up and kind of collect himself. He goes, "Okay, so we move forward." As he starts to wipe more of his tears away.
I struggle to get up, but stands up, places my hand on top of him, ruffles his fur. You're fine. We'll be okay.
He nods. He's just, okay. Let's go then. And you guys walk back over to the city, eventually making your way back to where you guys live.
And
Iris,
as
Iris walks over to his room and just says, "I just need some time to myself." And he just like he goes in his room and just crashes. Like he's
And-
exhausted from the recent events that have unfolded.
meanwhile, just to keep a little bit going. Shadow. You carry back you as you're kind of watching this play out. You see the battle unfolding as blows are exchanged. The captain or alpha of the wolves seem to be slicing into the giant demon, and with one final slash across the chest, the demon oozes its black blood as it falls to the floor. And you just kind of, even though you almost kind of like are trying to focus in this like haze of your mind. You're just trying to focus in on this as you see some sort of kind of connection to all this, as you just hear the demon look to the alpha wolf and say, "It is not over yet," as his body begins to turn into ash along the floor. And you just see this, you just see the alpha almost take a huge gasp and fall to one knee, but still keep his vigor with him.
Damn. Powerful.
Now you may go back to the mansion scene.
I'm done, so you have control again.
I'm gonna strip you of your power then.
Yo, I know what I'm going to do real fast before we continue.
What's
If
up?
we have time. Give me a second to move my thing.
You may have to refresh your powers, but I did demote you to player whiz.
Hell yeah. I see the mansion and do not have powers.
Right underneath this tree. I'ma start digging. And after so long, I regretfully pull out the bag of holding, carefully taking out tricks and putting him in it and covering it back. And then just placing a spore and a flower on top of it just to mark it. And I just sit silently. That is a big thing.
Hi. There we go.
There you
It is a grave.
Yo, is that a frosted flake?
go.
Frosted Flake, it looks more like a wheat thin. or
You're
like a-
right.
of a
It's
toaster
actually a
crunch.
wheat bin. Yeah.
Or
Oh.
the Golden Graham.
Ah, this
there we
looks like
go.
an abomination
I
on
would
my
say, just
screen.
put it where my
Uh,
token is. I'll move
Yeah,
it
it's
more.
a
Uh,
sword.
I see what it is now. It's a ravioli.
Yeah, because right where, yeah, right there.
There we go.
It's burnt ravioli.
I would say, like, right under, technically it'd be underneath the tree, but yeah, right there.
I hope we grow a Trix tree soon.
It's ravioli, but it's toasted instead of actually cooked. You like put it in a toaster.
Sorry.
It's gonna
I'm
grow-
ruining a
it's gonna
moment. Go
grow
ahead.
Trix.
I'm sorry.
Shadow.
Oh,
Ooh.
You you kind of almost like, you know, in your dream, you're not really able to make sense of how one zone seems to transition to another zone. It's just
Right.
kind of like one memory happens and then the next one just starts playing without any go between. Just imagine it kind of like that. You just kind of blink after you see the big alpha wolf fall down, and you blink again, and it seems to be a completely different time of day, with everyone seems to be back in the village. You mostly only just see the main three, the alpha wolf, this guy, and this guy, and they seem to be discussing something with the big wolf as you kind of try to listen in, as you and your haziness try to understand what is being said. And all you hear them say is, you just kind of peek in and you kind of see these gashes in the fur, and where you would expect to have like a red coagulated blood on front, the blood that seems to be kind of scarring over seems to be pure black in nature, as the wolf kind of looks over at its body and is unable to even hide the amount of black scars traveling through its body.
Okay. Hmm.
You just hear the two wolves say that they're talking with the alpha and say that he's been acting unusual since the hunt, and they have been very concerned. And he tries to wave them off, but he just is unable to hide it, as he just feels this almost power from within, but in a way that he is uncomfortable with.
Hmm.
What's everyone else doing?
Crying
Well, I'm
myself
just
to
sitting next
sleep.
to a grave, so
I am crying myself to sleep in my room.
Wolfie,
Rhodas
you are the only stable one.
Rhodas is coming over to investigate.
I'm just in the
Classy.
sitting room reading a book, studying up on things.
I don't know
okay,
these people.
Firefox. I see
letting
how it is. Hard
everyone do
Nogger
their own
won't
thing.
check up on anyone who's crying. I'm at least outside crying.
Hardnoggin is going to be taking his leave back to the Kobold Village. He has to go make a full, lengthy report, in song of course, to the Kobold Village, as it will be his greatest opera performance yet.
Um. Quick, out of out of con or not out of character. Yeah, out of character, not out of context. Out of character. Can Rhodas like
You're back.
make things grow?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. I think I gave you something like that.
Yeah, okay, because I was kind of reading this stuff. I'm like, wait, what? So Rhodas is gonna go over to
Mhm.
the spore and the flower that Razi planted, and they're going to essentially make them like grow thick and full, essentially. Like not too much bigger, but a little bit, and then sit back down in front of Razi. There you go.
Yep, and as you kind of do, you see the fox as it kind of goes up, and it kind of shakes some of its fur, and as it does, little seeds seem to be fluffing off of his body, as an area around him in a whole 10-foot cube begins to spring up beautiful flowers around him.
Yeah, he's blooming, or not blooming, but whatever you want to consider it.
The fox has been deflowered at the moment,
Oh my god.
as he is spreading his seed around him.
Typical fox.
What did I come back to see?
And Wolfie is sitting reading a book. Hey Wolfie, what is the otter doing?
Just playing around in the water.
He's like, I can't be bothered. I'm ready.
If I don't get my daily reading, I won't keep my brain cells sharp and perfect.
Hey, I'm a very logical thinker, so
Mhm.
I did give all of your pets actual personality traits. I know y'all didn't have any, but I gave your pets some, so.
Also, how come I didn't get a pet thing?
Zerda just
You-
has a sense of personality.
Wolfie logically thought that if he took out his own, it wouldn't accrue interest.
I'll just create a rain cloud over you for that one.
Also, Leaf is
fired.
definitely like bothering the otter pup thing.
What is.
That's a cute pet.
I.
Got Leaf.
An
I just don't
avocado.
have his stat sheet, which I don't think really matters. I already know what he does.
Raz, are you all the pet?
His name is Leaf.
Rotus is just exploring. I think he's gonna find Iris, but not yet. We'll see what happens next before that.
Fur, what is Fur doing?
Walking.
They are taking laps around the building, but in very slow fashion.
Leaf trips him.
He like so Furret's gonna keep walking. Like even though he trips, he just gets up and keeps walking. Why? Wait, you made Furret like really feisty, didn't you?
Yes.
Why? He's Furret. He walks. He's innocent.
He's protective. He's not vicious. He's basically like the most well-trained dog.
What?
But,
Furret's
like-
protective. They just walk and look cute.
You
With
can
jazzy
change.
music in the background.
You can change it up a little bit if you'd like. I had to give him some kind of step on.
I'm gonna make Furret super innocent to match Iris.
That's fair. You technically don't have to use that one ability of his.
Or what I was planning on doing is like Iris wouldn't willingly use Furret to like do many things like that would put Furret in danger because Furret's adorable and cute. And so there would probably be like this dynamic between Iris and Furret that's like, no, Furret, stop! You know, and then Furret would just go off and do some dumb things. You know what I mean? That's how I see the relationship between like Iris and Furret. So like I could see Furret being a little feisty. That might actually play out well. So I'll go with it. Furret claws at Leaf at
What?
being tripped.
Oops.
You are not restrained by plants currently. Try to. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, Shadow.
Hello.
I actually hold on, I need to play. I actually missed the first song, and I'm not gonna miss the second one. Not gonna miss the second one. Play.
Just play both at the same time.
Is that playing music or do I have it deafened?
Now here.
It's Renode.
Oh my, is it because of the? Oh my
They
god!
can't find.
Why is it? Oh, I think I know why. Hold on, I think I know why. It's because. Oh no, it's because I hold on one sec. It's because I had.
Where are you?
Hold on.
I'm so sorry.
Better be you made my friend die.
Cannot sleep.
Okay, here we go. This will work now. Oh. Does Maki not work anymore?
Maki. Sit, boy. Play music.
Oh. Okay, maybe just ignore Maki for now, because Maki is too dumb to understand music. They have lost the plot.
Positive reinforcement works better than calling Maki dumb. Just It's okay, Maki. You can do it. I
Maki,
believe in
speak.
you. Maki,
Oh.
you can do it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
Did it
that.
work?
Okay, we're down in a deep dark dungeon. Oh.
Oh,
I might
oh,
see.
oh, there we go.
There we go. Okay, I just have to search by the.
Do it.
Okay. Okay, so that's That's what was happening. So I had to search by the title instead.
If you just put in a link, is it like on YouTube?
Yeah, I tried the link and it
The
didn't.
YouTube link, it usually. Oh, okay. Never mind then.
That's what I was trying, the YouTube link, and the YouTube link wasn't working.
That's fine. Carry on.
Yep. Also,
Yes.
perfect. Okay. Shadow. You kind of, as you're kind of seeing all of the stuff play out with the alpha, you kind of blink once again, and whenever you blink the second time, everything seems to be different.
Snap.
You find yourself in what looks to be some sort of battle, as this seems to be clawing its way out at the wolf village, with these circles littering the tops of the rooftops.
Huh.
All of the wolves seem to be almost hesitant to fight it, but as it seems to be out of control, it seems to be attacking anything that gets close to it.
Damn.
The wolves are all in tow as they are trying to calm the beast. And one of them in particular seems to be holding out both of their paws and chanting a spell of sort, as an almost radiant energy begins to glow from them.
Hmm.
And as they do, a giant, what seems to be collar, begins to harness itself around the wolf, binding it to the ground, as it begins to kind of almost writhe, but on the ground instead, almost rolling in the blood of the surrounding wolves, coating itself, but also beginning to be wrestled down.
Okay.
It seems to be having some form of split personality where it almost wants to seem to be attacking everything, but at the same time, it also seems to be almost pulling back every single punch it throws out, fighting between both aggression and peace. What is everyone else doing?
Crying and sleeping.
I'm gonna go back and check on Iris. As so does Leaf because he notices that I'm leaving.
Are you like going into Iris's room and like checking on her?
Not in the room, but like knocking on the door. Leaf will try to go underneath the door though,
So
and will probably fit.
so Iris kind of gets up from his bed and walks over to the door, and he isn't really like, he's not like crying anymore. He's more just kind of, he's feeling a lot of feelings, but he's not like panicking anymore. He just kind of opens the door and he just goes, "Yeah, what's going on? What's up?"
Hey, buddy. I was just want to check up on you. Take this how you will, but I end up deciding to make a little grave for Trix. It's sort of near the entrance, but underneath a tree. One of the trees he'd usually hang around anyway, so it may have fitted. But yeah, I just want to check up on you. Want to see how you were holding up.
Sure. Well, I greatly appreciate that. With Trix, that's more of your prerogative. I never really knew him like you guys did, and I seen him as a threat my entire life. And although that has kind of changed as I've met you more and learned more about him, I don't have as much of a relationship with him as you all did. However you want to deal with him, I can respect that. It might be a little weird walking past his where he's buried, but I can deal with that. I have other things I'm more concerned about, and although I was kind of a mess earlier, I'm sorry. But I don't know. I thought about it more, and it's gonna be hard to figure out where I belong and who I am and what this all means to me. But this is something that is gonna take more than just one night of rest. A lot of people I trust had different motives, and I learned a lot about a lot of people today and yesterday, and it's just something that I
Yeah.
have to think about, and it's gonna take time. But I respect you checking up on me.
Yeah, no, I apologize for how I acted earlier. It
No,
wasn't
no.
right to also sort of put it out on you, though.
You're okay. But I don't think I'm the one you should be concerned about right now. Has
Yeah,
Shadow
we need to
even
check on Shadow.
moved yet?
Not
Is
that
he
I know of,
okay?
but I was gonna
I
check on him after.
I can tell he's alive, but he's doing rough, and I don't know if there's anything. I don't know. Is he ever gonna wake up? Is he okay? I'm concerned.
I'm sure he will. He bounces back, but I was gonna check on him a little bit after I checked on you.
Okay.
I'd
Let me
rather
know how
talk
he
to a
is.
person who can talk than, you know.
Yeesh. Razzie hates deaf people. Okay, that's.
No. What do you mean? I was say, Leaf like bumps up against your leg, looks up at you, squeaks, and just rolls away. I think he wants to play, but I'm gonna go and check on Shadow though.
Iris kind of just says, "I need my space, so please take Leaf with you."
I will, but
Thank you. And he
Take
kind of
care.
gets down and says, "Leaf, you're the best, and you're adorable as heck, but I need my space."
he does like that, like not puppy dog like look, but like sad kitten, and just like rolls away.
Yeah, he's like, Iris is like, "It's okay. I'll be back in the morning." Kind of pushes Leaf out and closes the door. Goes back to his bed.
I gotta figure out how this house works to fucking get to Shadow. What the?
There you
Where's
go.
his door? There it is.
Hey,
Yeah,
Wolfie.
where's his door?
Hey, Wolfie. Make a wisdom saving throw, Wolfie.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
13.
Yeah. Yes, I don't know. I can never tell which number to go with.
Okay, I'll.
Um.
So unless it's advantage, or
It's the
disadvantage,
lower?
the left number, no matter what, is what it is.
It's so
Okay.
what that's doing is it's rolling twice. The left one is what you roll. The right one is what you would. So the right one can be lower or higher. It doesn't matter. That's just the second roll, and you don't even look at that second roll unless you have advantage. If you have advantage, what that means
It's
without
whatever
looking at roll
one's higher.
20, it's just whichever one is higher. But in this case, you didn't have advantage, so you just take the first number.
Damn.
Okay.
So basically, almost always look at the left one.
Yeah.
Also, I should not have asked the one character who's wisdom based to make a wisdom saving throw. But I will say, Wolfie, nothing. You can't. Just continue as normal.
You can't tell something is happening, but it is.
That's what I'm thinking of.
But yes,
You didn't
Wolfie.
thunk it, but you didn't really thunk it enough.
I will say, you all high enough, you feel a faint, almost chill in the air a little bit, like a door has been opened somewhere, or a window has been opened, and a gust of wind appears. But then you look around and, nope, you don't see anything. You may all continue.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Ominous.
knock on the door before I enter. See if I get an answer. Hideout, but
Shadow's just unconscious.
hey, I never knock. Okay, I have some kind of like manners. Not many, but some.
Look up from the
Okay.
book and give you a chuckle as knock.
I slowly open the door and walk in. Walk over a shadow. Bap him lightly.
Roll damage. No.
It wasn't for damage. I said lightly, damn it.
You just see Shadow. Shadow actually, he seems to be. He kind of has almost like a tossing and turning a little bit, but in a way that you can tell it's almost like an involuntary movement, almost as a stimulus seems to be upon him, as he seems to be living in some sort of state, but not one that seems to be conscious.
I place my palm on his shoulder. Slightly nudge him. Shadow.
As you do,
Shadow,
you
buddy.
Okay, Shadow. As you're kind of hearing that name call out, you just hear the words Shadow, Shadow, Shadow. And you also hear some other words. Light.
Shadow, light.
Laurel.
As you kind of blink one more time, and the big, giant, demon seems to be no more. And in its place seems to be two figures. Laying in the pool of blood where you recall the demon being.
Right.
And you just hear one of the wolves, the one who was casting the divine magic, just look down at the field, saying the word shadow and light. As appears there was once one, now there is two.
Oh, damn.
How's everyone else doing?
Whoa.
Well, by now, during that whole sequence, because obviously some kind of time had to have passed. Not much, but enough.
Yeah.
It's like Razzie is trying to get Leaf off of like Shadow's like chest because he's like bouncing on it, trying to wake him up to play. Leaf, stop. He doesn't need this. Picks him up, puts him on my shoulder. Stop. He looks sad. I nudge Shadow one more time. Just, hey, buddy, you good? You moving
What?
a lot in your sleep, boy?
You do have a entire city next to your house.
Yeah, but that's no fun. I'd rather like torment the people in the house. I guess I'll talk to Wolfie then. I pat
Razzie,
Shadow on the head.
make a wisdom saving throw, Razzie. Continue as normal.
I don't like that. Leaf with that. Leaf didn't move, you bitch.
Iris is gonna, upon hearing you guys still talking to Shadow and everything, Iris is gonna walk into this room here, and just walk into the room with Shadow and everything, and be like, guys, this is gonna require some greater healing. I've seen this kind of state before, and I don't know. Maybe the school could have done something about it, but I don't really have the qualifications to heal him. Somebody in the city might. I think we should talk to the king about this, and maybe they might have a solution. I might be able to work with some of the other mages, because sometimes it requires more than one mage to solve this kind of problem, or I don't know, I'm not experienced, but if there's anything I can do to help, I will. I just don't have the immediate solution, so we should take him to the people that do when the night passes. He's okay. I can tell he's okay, and he'll hold on.
Oh, so he got it. But yeah, we should probably get someone better than just me nudging him constantly, or
Yeah,
Leaf bothering him as I glare.
And Iris kind of walks over and puts a hand on Shadow's chest, kind of feels for some kind of heartbeat and like listens for his breath, and he just goes, I've seen this tough son of a bitch put in some really good work. He'll pull through.
I say, I mean, like, if we had to choose a leader, it'd be him. So, him being down kind of fucked with us too. Whenever everything happened.
Well, guess it's not all sunshine and rainbows, huh? Learned that one pretty
Yeah, it
recently,
never
I
is.
guess. Well,
But it's all
What's our-
spores and death. So I mean, that's my forte nowadays. As I make a really shady joke,
with our line of duty,
laugh nervous.
death is a possibility. And that's something that we need to be aware of. But we can always do our best. We'll check on him in the morning, and Iris goes to go back to his room.
I walk over Dusty. Hey, so how you doing
How
after
you doing?
everything?
How you doing?
I look up my book and
What's the title of your book, Wolfie?
I was going to ask.
it is.
You need to make an int check. I've just been reading this book. I can't read it. I just don't, I've been trying to figure out what the book says,
Pictures are just really pretty.
Doesn't have pictures, it's all words. And he's just like, yeah, these pictures are nice. And you look at it, just like, what?
Just a dictionary.
It's the Iliad.
What was it, Wolfie?
The Iliad.
The Iliad.
Iliad?
Well, in this case, I guess it'd be the Iliath, which is another name of the Mind Flayer.
Mind Flare.
Yeah, Mind Flayers are also known as the Iliath.
Really? I only ever knew him as Mind Flare. Regardless.
Iliath is... They're actually called Illithids. Sometimes pronounced, but Illithid is the Elvish word for Mind Flayers.
Oh.
Pretty sure it's 1L.
I just copied and pasted that. It is
Oh,
two
never mind.
L's. Yeah.
Oops.
Actually?
I did just pull an Elm, actually. I'm sorry. I'm getting into Iris. Couch.
Oh no, like I literally, the only reason I know is I literally just had to Google that because I called them Iliath and they're Iliathids.
Yeah, it's like I just look over at the book, tilt my head.
So
Like,
is it Illithids, Wolfie?
I mean, you said it was, so sure. Can't
You-
say no.
You are reading a book on the Illithids.
That'll come in handy.
A Book of the Elephants, got it.
It seems to be the book, even though it does mention Illithid, it does seem to be originally written in Elvis script. It's particularly the rock and roll kind, but Sorry, I couldn't help that.
Rock and roll kind?
Because it's an Elvish.
Wait, I'm confused. Leave me alone.
I just.
Leave me alone.
I just like pat Dusty on the back, just like I don't know what the fuck you're reading, but good for you, I guess.
No, it does seem to
I
be
don't
a book.
understand any of that.
It seems to basically be the left page seems to be in Elvish, and the right page seems to be in Common.
I think I can read. I was in the forest for a good, at least good 5 years. It took me a minute. I can only talk. I can't read. I read like shit. The most I can read is probably rabbit scribble.
Rabbit scribble?
Yes.
Okay.
I can understand that.
Shadow.
Doesn't read common only.
Hello.
Shadow, you find yourself. You kind of, after seeing a lot of that happen, as you kind of like, it seems to be a memory that does not seem to be one that you could ever recall. But as some of the pieces begin to play, you find now, instead of all the other wolves, you now find yourself in the village as a much, much, much younger Shadow. With what you were told to be your brother Light seems to be packing up his bags as he begins to start his trek away from the wolf village and on to greater adventures.
So it's me?
Yep, it is now you as a more pup child.
Do I recall what just happened, or am I like kind of like imbued with like not false memories per se, but like
You are basically you are remembering now what seems to be a faded memory that seems to be locked away as more of a almost what you think of as your childhood. What seems to be the present. Or was happening present at that time. You may speak now.
Okay, I kind of take a look around. I go, since obviously the person in front of me would be very familiar. Light, what? What's going on? I feel like I don't know. I feel like my head's a little mixed up.
Light just looks down at you and says, I know, brother. It's been not easy growing up in the village. We've always been treated well, but I found out some things recently and I don't want to burden you with those. I just need to find something out there. Something to find myself. I want you to stay here and be safe in this village. I know people don't look at you with the same warmth as they see me, but maybe with me gone, they'll take more attention to you.
But Light, I just if you leave, I feel like I'm gonna be I don't know, just alone. You're the only person that I fully trust.
He just kind of gets down on one knee as he somehow managed to be growing at a much faster rate than you. And in a way that you're not really understanding, as you seem to be his similar age, but it's almost as if your growth is being stunted in some way, as he seems to be growing into a much fuller of a wolf, as he just kind of gets down and says, he looks down at you and says, I know, but when I swear, when I go out there and I find whatever, and he just kind of looks over at all the villages, and he just says, it'll be okay. I'll come back, I promise.
I don't know. I don't know if I can wait till then. I'm very... What's the word? I just can't sit around and wait for you to come back. I want to be able to go out and explore as well.
Keep training under the monks here. They have a lot of powers and they can show you some things that I just can't. I have my mind set up, and I've decided to live by what I believe is right. And I believe that this will give me power. For I know if I keep my word, and I find what is happening, then I will come back, and I will take both of us away, and I will make sure we live the happiest of life. But I can't do that confined within our village borders, and you're still not strong enough to handle the world out there. Please, Shadow, just keep safe and get stronger here, and I promise I'll be back one day.
For your sake, I will continue to abide by my training and get stronger, but I don't know how much longer I can stay here, knowing that you're out there. My best.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I will do my best to wait till you get back, but I don't know. I just feel an attachment to you that I feel if you leave, it will just weigh on me like a boulder on my back.
You just see kind of a small tear come down Light's face as he looks down, and he just says, I know, and that's why I need to solve this. And he just kind of clenches his teeth a little bit, and he just says, this issue that I'm dealing with, and when I find it, so help me, I will come back here, and I will take both of us, and we will never have to worry about anything ever again.
Shadow gives a slight nod, but then looks down and to the left, kind of like, I don't know, kind of like angsty teen mode, like, just overwhelmed by his emotions.
Goodbye, Shadow. I know that we won't be able to keep apart forever. There will always be something drawing us back together again. Just believe in me.
He kind of shrugs and then goes, all right. I'll believe. Take care on your journey, my brother. I'll be looking at the horizon until you return every day.
And with that, he puts everything in the bag except a single sword, which he then pulls out and lays at your feet, and says, here, let this keep you safe, and don't let anyone know in the village that you have this.
He kind of looks around, picks it up, and then tucks it against his body. He goes, duly noted. I'll make sure I keep it somewhere safe.
The pack will be back from their hunt soon. Make sure that you grow big and strong. And then when I see you again, who knows? You may be the one saving me one day. As he just kind of chuckles. And then he gets up and he walks away with a final wave as he leaves the area.
I kind of sulk a little bit, kind of turn around and start walking back towards, I'm assuming whatever house would be mine. I kind of glance back over as I see light start to fade into the distance and up and over some rolling hills just past the town.
And once again, Shadow, almost as seeing this played out like a memory before you, pieces begin to fill in with your mind as once again you blink and you find yourself standing as a more adult wolf, coming into your own, standing before one of the leaders of your village, as you seem to be having a backpack similar to Light on your back, with the wolf in front of you, looking much more aged than before,
Right.
looking you up and down. Just says, "You're really leaving, huh?"
Look, what's his name? What are we gonna name him?
Solaris.
Solaris. I've been training every single day as hard as I can since Light is gone, and he has not returned. It's been, I don't even know how many months, possibly even, I don't know, out of character, like a year? How many years? Because
It's 5.
5 years. It's been months, years even. He said he'd return for me, and it's not happened yet.
Yeah, sorry. I couldn't help it.
Damn it. I need to go on this journey. I need to find myself, and I need to find Light. There's been a piece of me missing ever since he left, and I need to figure out what this connection is. I need
see-
to go on this journey for myself.
You see Solaris just kind of almost tuck his tail between his legs. And he kind of looks, even knowing he now can look you straight in the eye. And seeing you as big as you are, he knows that he's not going to be able to keep you for much longer, as you seem to have grown out the need for the village. And after many successful hunts, and with your abilities with your fists, he trusts that you can actually maintain your own out there. But he seems to be almost afraid to let you go for a reason that is not apparent to you. As he just kind of chokes up a little bit.
Yeah. I kind of like shake my head a little bit, and then I give him a small punch to the chest, like not anything harmful, just like a playful like bop. And then I lean in and I nuzzle against his cheek against mine. I go, Solaris, you're one of the veterans of this village. I know it's in good hands with you here. Don't dread my. What's it? I can't think of a word. Like, don't dread my exit, but like, don't dread me leaving when I know it's in such capable paws with you and all the others.
He just kind of looks up and it's just don't give into any kind of evil out there, okay?
I chuckle as I kind of go, look, I am pretty set in my own ways. I will not let evil overtake me, and I will not give in to evil. However, I don't know what awaits me out there. All I've known is this village. Me and Light used to somewhat talk about what the outside world might be like, and I just have to go and figure it out on my own. But rest assured, one day I will return to this village, and I will hopefully have Light in tow.
Keep him safe, okay? I don't know where he is. Gone.
I know. I've been hoping to hear any kind of word from any of our scouts, but nobody's turned up anything. So I don't know. I just need to do this.
Then Shadow, your path follow Light. And don't ever stray too far into the darkness. Okay?
I give a slight nod once more, and I kind of bring him in close for a nice long hug.
You do feel the fur between both of you embrace.
I go, don't worry, my brother. I will do our pack proud, and I will ensure that everything goes smoothly as best I can. I can't promise anything, but that I will return safe.
Then may the moon look upon you with its favor. Go, and find your new hunt. For this one is complete here.
kind of look off to the horizon where light left many years ago, and I kind of look back at Solaris. I go, "May the moon watch over you and our village."
And they just kind of give you the last kind of feeling of a hug as the last bits of fur brush against each other, leaving the empty air gap between you both as you begin to pack up and head off.
Mm-hmm. I
Got
kind of.
over Jesus.
What was that, Wiz?
Nothing.
Oh, we lost Razzie. Oh, Razzie's back.
How's everyone else doing?
Give me a second to refix it.
I will say, Shoto seems to finally be still in bed. You don't really hear the motions of tossing and turning, as everything seems to be just still in his room. Almost a sense of peace.
I'm still looking over Dusty's shoulder out of like pure curiosity as I can't read it. Or don't care to read it. I'm just watching. But I noticed the like lack of noise in Shadow's room, so I immediately like come in here just to check on him.
Potentially under my breath, you hear.
You cut out if you said something.
He said light.
Oh.
Light. You know,
I
light,
like
but
it's like I like place my hand like on your forehead, just be like, yeah.
wait, what?
His temperature does seem to be down.
That's
As
good.
he seems to be breathing a lot more steady.
I say this to myself, but like, I feel like we should probably still get someone though. Yeah, he looks better, but I don't trust him.
Iris, make a wisdom saving throw. Continue as normal. Continue as normal.
Do I have inspiration? No, I don't. Yeah, I do.
I was gonna say both of us do.
I'm
Why can't I
gonna use
use
my inspiration.
it? Actually, you have more of a chance than me. Whoa!
The chill in the air seems to be gone, Iris, as almost you kind of almost feel that sense of that chill, but as it begins to wash over you, suddenly you kind of glance over to the corner of your room, and as you do, you just feel the chill gone as the room goes quiet.
So like there was kind of a chill and then it like left.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Can I do some kind of like Arcana check on it?
Oh, sure, go for it. Also, the DC is extremely high.
I'm aware.
Not 20, go.
But
No, I'm sorry. You do sense that some sort of magic was at play, but you have no idea. It seems to be way above a level you're familiar with.
I'm gonna start walking, out into the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kind of like look around. Do I notice anything that's like been moved or like touched or anything?
Nope. Everything is perfectly normal.
If anything, you probably noticed the new grave that I told you about.
Yep.
Yeah, you did tell me about that though.
Nothing outside of what you would expect to be normal.
I'm gonna step outside and kind of just look around for a little bit as well.
You just hear the rustle and bustle of the town. It seems to be more of a night, but there does seem to be a hustle and bustle around town. Just the normal chatter. Maybe some lights go off in the middle of the street and just stuff like that.
Okay, I
Aha,
walk back
light.
over. Oh my god. I walk back over to Trix's grave and I look down and I go, Oh, you're just gonna haunt me forever, aren't you? And then I walk down back to my room. And I go back to bed.
Okay. Sorry about that, my sister called.
You're good.
Unforgivable. No, you're good.
I'm going to like nudge Shadow again, just be like, "Hey, buddy, just in case you," and just I kind of like stand there, just like, "Fuck." Well, uh, guess I'm going to town for someone else tomorrow. I'm going to go sleep now, though.
Yep. Everyone going to sleep?
I'm taking Leaf with me once I'm able to actually move my mouse. My mouse pad's being a bitch right now. I curl up in my bed, but yes, I sleep.
Just a normal day. You all managed to go through the night just fine.
Okay.
Does that mean it's morning or?
Yep.
Okay. And now I get up and then I knock on Iris's door. Hey, bud. You up?
Iris does seem to be kind of like groggy as they had a horrible, kind of almost nightmare, kind of reliving the events of the past, but they do kind of they realize that there's greater issues than just this at play, and therefore he will get out of bed and be much more awake than he was the night of yesterday. I don't know why this is.
I'm gonna go knock on Wolfie's door to make sure he's up. Buddy. Yeah.
Yes, I'm in the reading room.
Hey, you could have slept in there. I've seen you do it.
Fair. Falling asleep at a desk.
Exactly. Okay. Um, I'm gonna check on Shadow before I make a decision on what all we're doing. I knock
Uh,
on the door.
uh, you just feel a sense of stillness about the room.
Hey, it's still a good idea to check, though. I mean, like, he could literally have went from being sick to just asleep. I'm just saying. But no answer. Walks in. Still nudges him.
Make a medicine check, Saber.
Me. I do got medicine.
I think for some reason you have like advantage or something. I don't know,
I-
but you do have a lot. I'll say with a 10, you do realize that he does seem to be stabilized. He doesn't seem to be dying any faster.
Is this the next morning?
Still
Yes. This is the next morning.
I'm gonna walk over as well, and say, "Oh, Razzie, how do I put this? Um, this might need some greater attention. I don't know if any of us are qualified. I mean, maybe I can try something myself, but everything I can think of isn't. It's probably not good enough. I don't know."
I say, you good kid. I was actually going to, I just want to check up on him, see if it got better or worse, figure out that status, and then I was going to see if you and Dusty wanted to, go to the city with me and figure out if
Sure.
we can find someone.
Do you mind if I take a look as well, real fast? I've seen a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
mages come back from missions, both magical and unmagical, and I believe this was a magical doing in the first place that messed with his mind.
Yeah,
I
no,
know
of
mind
course.
magic isn't my
You take
specialty,
your
but
bit at it.
sure,
Just step
I could
back.
I could take a look. And I walk up. What kind of check is this? Medicine?
You can make an Arcana check.
We're
Character sheet.
offers to do something, doesn't have their character sheet up, dropping the ball.
Yep. Yep. Yep, with that, you definitely realize it. His mind does seem to be almost. Basically, he seems to be suffering from severe exhaustion at this point. As the magic basically took him almost to death's door and left him with several levels of exhaustion to the point of inactivity. As his body is basically doing a rapid recovery through the magic.
Can any of my magical healing properties elevate this or like accelerate it?
What kind of abilities do you have? You can also see the town healer as well, but you can also see. I don't know what spells you have.
I mean, I'm literally a heal mage and like a shield mage. I have cure wounds.
Oh, you have
I
the beads.
Healing word. I have. What do the beads do again?
Greater restoration.
Yeah, I've.
That would do it. That would definitely do it.
Okay, I'm going to take a bead off and kind of crunch it in front of Shadow and just be like, like I said, I'm not always qualified and I don't have this innate magic myself, but I do have these beads. I don't know, maybe they're greater than I am. See what I did there? Because greater rest. Okay, I'm sorry. And then I like crush the
Don't
bead.
apologize.
And then I go up, Shadow, I crush the bead in front of him. I say, "Oh, please let this work. Please let this work."
Roll a d100.
Oh no, not the 100 die. That's never good.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh.
You removed 2 levels of exhaustion. With that instead of just 1.
How many
Okay.
does he have?
Shadow. You do find yourself almost kind of blinking when you feel extremely like tired, but you aren't tired enough to basically be comatose.
Okay.
You will say that you do suffer heavily from basically, I would say, let me double check the levels of exhaustion real fast. Yeah, so you are now on exhaustion level of 3.
oh dang.
That's disadvantage on basically almost all of your d20s and half of your speed.
Damn.
But your hit points aren't halved anymore.
I guess that's cool.
You wake.
Points per half?
Yes, that is exhaustion level 4, and exhaustion level 5 is your speed is reduced to 0.
Ooh.
I will actually, for the purpose of this, since no one has experienced exhaustion before, I will post this in our little general chat so you can see what exactly was the general
So
idea of what's happening.
He's awake now, though, right?
Yes, he is exhaustion level of 3. You basically put him at exhaustion level 5. So with 2 healings, he is up to 3.
Shadow, you're awake. You exist.
I kind of blink and I look
Yay.
around. What? What were we gonna say?
You're all good. I'm good.
No, you're good.
You're all good. You're all great, honestly.
No, I was-
Shadow, I will say, you remember everything that you had, and you weren't sure if it's a dream or not, but it seems real enough to be memories of some sort, but you were very, very confused on what you just got done witnessing.
like even my backstory, or just the other thing. I
You
guess
just-
that was my backstory, wasn't it? That whole
You-
thing.
You wake up confused.
Right. I'm just like, wait,
You're playing Confusion great.
right. I'm like, wait, hold on. I was like, where's Light? Where's Solaris?
Oh my god! And I like run up and like squeeze you, and I kind of like just hold you like super tight, like way tighter than I should.
And I'm like, like I'm
Oh!
still sore.
I step back. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I mean,
Like,
I knew you'd pull through. I knew it. You're a
Right.
tough son of a gun.
You said bitch earlier. Don't hold back.
I was okay, so I purposely did that earlier because Iris is like very much not one to be like that, and because he was so fired up earlier, he did say it, and he was gonna like say it, but then like yeah, he's very wholesome and innocent. His character is wholesome and innocent. Okay, so I'm playing it. All right, I'm role
I
playing.
know, and Razzy's gonna call him out. Don't
Okay.
let
Alright.
me not.
and Iris is gonna turn back around to Razzie and be like, "Okay, I was in a bad place. We don't have to talk about it."
I kind of just like, wait, I don't. Like I don't
Can I get past Iris?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll kind of let you step in front of me.
like.
Hey, Shadow. You
Hi.
good?
I
We were worried about you back there.
So the last thing I remember is running up to Altera, and then I don't know, and then I don't know. I just saw. I don't know how to explain it.
I would say don't worry about it. You should still get some rest. But but I did want to tell you that even though this might still be a lot. So okay, a few things happened while you've been unconscious. We got back with Iris. We took
Okay.
care of Altera.
Iris gives a
Altera is
little,
not
like,
dead.
side wave.
Yeah. It's like Altera is not dead, but we took him back to the school. They're going to take care of him. Apparently, it was a mission he went on by the school, but he didn't do it the way they wanted, which is fine. I understand.
Iris.
But I decided to. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I interrupted you.
No. But I decided to take Trix's sadly unalived body and took him back here. I ended up burying him underneath one of the trees he used to sit under. So if you ever feel like you want to visit that, it's here.
Iris chimes in and says, we're on good terms with the school. As weird as it is, Altera was on a mission to kill Trix and used you for that. And it's hard to decide. Oh, it's not worth going into, but all you need to know is that we're on good terms with the school and Trix is dead. For sure.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
kind of stare blankly up at the wall. I'm trying to, I don't know, get my head in order with everything prior to the fight. Obviously, waking up and then what I saw. I'm like,
I would say don't like rush yourself or anything. You still need to take care of yourself. You've been out for about a good while, at least a day, if not two. So
I
don't
see.
don't worry about like trying to get up too much.
Is there anything we can do
But
for you? Anything we can like go get you from any? And Iris just starts to run into a bunch of, or just ramble about it, like a bunch of like remedies to like
Oh my
get
god.
you like any food you want, any like entertainment, like whatever. It's like, oh, we could like go get you like your favorite food, or we go talk to the
Iris,
kings, we show you like
Iris,
remedies.
Place a
What?
hand on
Iris.
Iris's shoulder.
What?
Yeah, it's just like calm
I
down.
Calm down.
Sorry, I'm overdoing it again.
You're fine. I look back over at Shadow, just like I do still have the duck pot stickers. Would you like me to heat those up and give them to you? If you can
sure.
eat.
I don't know. Ultimately, I think I lost track of my main purpose of being out and adventuring. I need to find light.
Light.
The other one? Oh yeah, light. But
What?
didn't we like leave him at with the where did we go? It's been so long.
Excuse me. Who's light?
Oh, light. Light is someone that Shadow knew whenever he was still with his pack.
Oh, of course.
Light's a paladin that we ran into when we were in the Feywild.
Oh, I love the Feywild. It's so magical and beautiful, and there's so many amazing creatures there.
Ugh,
But That's when you last saw him?
Yes, and we were on a time crunch. I was overwhelmed by seeing him again. I kind of let things slip by, but I need to talk to him again.
Shadow, you do recall the note that Light left you about a week ago.
About
Okay.
a week ago.
About a week ago.
Brrrah.
Ugh. I kind of
Oh.
look around the room and I reach over to my nightstand and I pick up the note. I'm like, ugh. May the moon bless your path, Shadow. I'm writing to inform you that the humans have been planning something evil beyond reason. I'm going to be heading my way to the human capital under a guise and wanted to wish you safe travels. If you end up here, seek out Slade in the capital and I will give you information I know. The dock bell is ringing, so this letter must end here. Moon blessings, Light. Like,
Oh gosh, the human
Just-
capital.
yes, I must. I've been begrudgingly unsure on how to bring this up because I need to go, but so many other things have been happening in this town that I just kind of brushed it to the side.
I was gonna say you don't have to worry about everything else. That's like your family. You take care of that first.
I kind
I'm
of look
very
around the
family
room.
oriented. You should do that.
Kind of look around the room. I'm like, look, I feel like I must set out as soon as possible, but I don't necessarily think I'm in a state to do that on my own.
No, you sure ain't. Especially that you've been bedridden the past few days.
I kind of look down and I kind of like slump off to the side of the bed with my paws on the ground, kind of like, ugh.
I
This
was
is
like, you should take it easy. Don't.
rather embarrassing. I'm not used to. I haven't felt this way in a while, not since me and Light used to spar as kids.
I
I'm
was
sure I'll
gonna say
continue
you
to
don't
one up you in
always.
embarrassment. Don't you worry.
Sure, you will, Iris. I mean, oh,
Oh my
Well, you didn't
goodness.
need to admit that to me. Oh.
what? I didn't. I didn't say anything.
Kind of shoot a glare over to Iris, like,
I like
I don't know.
noogie this kid's head, like Iris's head, just like you're fine. I was joking, but
Well,
but
I
yeah,
think.
no,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Oh god.
but yeah, no. It's like we'll help you if you want. Just and don't feel embarrassed that like, oh, that you're fine. You don't always have to be the leader.
I think we
You
should
don't
talk to
have
the
to
king.
have that role.
I kind of look
Yeah.
around and engage, and I kind of go a nod to Iris's suggestion. I was like, yeah, look, just keep in mind, if everywhere we went, news of our battle has swept across the land, I don't doubt, obviously, that the human capital knows who we are, who
Well,
we are, and what our intentions are. So it's something that I know we can't risk being seen when we head that way.
well, here's what I think. If anyone knows about that, it's the king. The king is intact with everything. This is one of the largest cities that we have. And I work with the king and I work with you. And I think we can kill two birds with one stone, arguably three if you include your whole light situation. We should talk to the king and see what information we can get. Because I want to help you and I want to help all of you. And I think I can do that while simultaneously helping my school and my people. I don't see any
Ooh.
reason why we shouldn't invest in this process. It's a win for everyone. Um, and Shadow, you're my friend, more than just my, I don't know, adventurer partner or coworker. We want to
Yes.
help you too.
Give me a second to address a raid.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
But yeah,
Say
no,
the
no
line,
one-
Shadow. Say the line.
Also, oddly enough,
My
like
name's Chris. Sorry, go ahead.
Christopherson.
Yeah, I'm welcome in. I'm like, welcome in, Raiders. I'm Shadow the Wolf. How do you do a woo? I'm a variety streamer. I stream a variety of things. Tonight we are doing Dungeons and Dragons. We do this every week on Saturday. We've only taken a couple weeks off. We're about I don't know, like 13, 14 days into our campaign. I have no idea.
Who
This
knows?
is
It's been
this
months.
is I do because I have an exact log of every single thing that has happened in this entire campaign.
Longer.
You
Well,
psycho.
It's been
It's
2
it's
months,
day
which is
14 weeks.
14. There you go. So it's
God.
been 14 weeks.
Wait,
so
is that's all the times that we've actually played? Yeah.
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 But yes. So cute. Rogi, welcome in. Cozy on Main. Love the name. Christopherson. Oh woo. But yes, so it is very heavily roleplay driven. There's been zero combat this time around. We're just kind of chilling. We're talking. So if you want
I
to
was
just
gonna
kind
say,
of
don't
chill
drink, but-
talking stream,
And
by
then
all
the
means.
and then the giant banana.
Oh my
Stop.
God.
I usually play video games. I usually play like Dead by Daylight, stuff like that. I have a Resident Evil-a-thon going right now. We completed Resident Evil 1 2 days ago. I started Resident Evil 0 last night, and we'll probably continue Resident Evil 0 tomorrow, and to Resident Evil 2 Remake. Yeah, welcome in. I hope you guys enjoy your stay. Alright.
Yep.
Back to roleplay, unless somebody has something to interject with.
I will say, Shadow, you feel more connected to the shadows than ever, as you now feel, you now kind of have that sensation that you have a lot more comfortable nature about it. You now you do have that, I don't know if you saw, but you do have that ability to now teleport 60 feet in a, dark room, or a dimly lit room.
Casually.
Yeah, you could just teleport now.
But
Just
whose
straight up
feet are they?
teleport. But Way of the Shadow Monks are like really weird. At level 6, they literally can just teleport as a bonus action.
Sick.
Wait, as a bonus action?
Yeah, they literally, as a bonus action, can teleport 60 feet in the dark.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Who is my guy?
I don't-
I guess we head in.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So I guess we head into the king then.
Yep.
That what I'm hearing.
All right, so we shall go and visit with King Skingy and see if he has any input on the matters. But I know what I must do, and so long as nothing else draws my attention away, I really feel like I need to go visit with Light.
You make your
Well-
way.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. No,
I was gonna
you.
say, well, we make our way towards the king. Oh,
King's
God, I hope he
king.
doesn't hate me.
You just basically make your way and make sure all the right tokens are here. These.
Yeah, probably
While you're
should
doing
note some
that-
back.
Wolfie is
Just
still
do-
kneeling.
While you're doing that, I walk into
Wait,
the
what?
room.
You're good.
It's from the last time
Oh.
when you were still up there kneeling. I'll be right back. 2 seconds, guys.
Yeah, you're fine. As we're all kind
Should
of
I be
entering,
back here? I
I
don't know.
walk forward and I kind of just go, King Skingy, I don't want to be hurt, but I'm so sorry. It's been so crazy lately, but I'm still here to serve you 100%. I really hope I didn't mess anything up. Oh gosh.
The king looks down at you and just gives you almost. It looks like he's had many, many sleepless nights. He definitely does seem extremely tired, almost to the point where his high guard next to him kind of has almost like a worrying kind of like side eye to the king. But the king does kind of smile and says, "Oh, you're fine, Iris. Welcome back to the kingdom. It hasn't been that long, or has it?" He just kind of blinks. "There's been very troubling news, and I've been writing letters and documents, and..." He just kind of shakes his head a little bit and says, "No, I'm the king. Is there... What have you been up to lately, my lovely intern?"
Iris kind of looks back at, the party, looks over at the king, kind of looks down, looks back at the king again, and just kind of says, well, it's been a lot, but I'll break this down in a way that is relevant to you. We have quarrel with the humans. But oh, who doesn't? But anyway, we think that the humans might have something to do with Shadow. Come here, and Iris kind of like waves Shadow forward. Shadow, tell the king about light, and what you think about the humans and what that all has to do with it.
Let me think. What do I explain? So King Skiing. What? The brother of my pack. His name is Light. He set off on a mission years ago to, as far as I'm aware, keep tabs on the humans and make sure that there's no uprising or imbalance or any kind of turmoil caused by the humans, especially towards the beast race. As I'm sure you heard, as we addressed last time, the battle against the Kobold village that we put a stop to. I received this note from Light a little over a week ago, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I don't know, probably at this point. I kind of like hand it to the guard to hand towards King Skiing. Ski Kingy.
The king takes the note and through through sleepy eyes, he does read it out. And to himself, he reads out to himself in his head. And does about, 2 full reads of it. And just kind of gives a firm nod. I don't know how much Light has told you of what the humans have been planning, but if he is indeed searching the cause of this, then indeed this is definitely good news.
Oh God, we could really use some of that. Oh.
The thing is, I kind of like stumble as I step forward a little bit closer because I'm not fully like well yet. I go, I might need some aid and what's that word? God, I hate it when I'm trying to roleplay and I can't think of words.
You're role playing exhaustion great.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, words help, please.
Shots fired.
Rations. I need some. Give me rations. No,
Assistance and rations.
Oh, Razzie has like 50 pounds of bear meat or something. I'm just joking.
No, I don't.
But you
Actually,
say-
Iris would probably know a little bit about that, but like,
Would you like? Do you require? I have my hunters go fetch the wildlife frequently. If you would like assistance with some raw meat, I would be happy to provide that. We are the champions of the tournament after all. I will make sure the meats are all sold at cost to you all.
I look
course,
over at
thank
Chad. I
you.
go, "There's anything you need. I swear. I will do it in a heartbeat. I promise."
I don't make these
Iris.
requests slightly, my king, but I definitely think Light. I trust him with my life. I don't think he would give us false information, but I feel like I also need to go and see this for myself and figure out what's going on. So I will do it on behalf of your kingdom.
I will make sure that your house is well kept and that no raiders break into the night. I will make sure the house is taken care of by our most esteemed estate members.
Okay,
I will have-
raid our house. Do I need to take my stuff?
Thank you, King.
I
Uh,
mean,
Iris,
yes.
we're fine.
Thank you.
I would provide you with, if you need any sort of transportation or goods, I'd be more than happy to provide you with an extra bag of holding or two, as we do have access to those kind of magic items here. They store possessions very well.
That'd be very much appreciated. as far as transport goes, I would only need to get essentially within probably 10 miles of the capital, because knowing that we're most likely wanted fugitives as far as they're concerned for defending the Cobalt Village. I'm pretty sure they know our descriptions, so I would need to get over that way and then see if I can find a way to kind of disguise myself to get into the city.
Wouldn't like a sort of like a carriage work? Not like a carriage, but like what is it? Yeah, it would be a carriage, wouldn't it?
Assuming some kind of carriage or whatever.
To be fair, they don't know what I look like. I could always sneak into the city and
Yeah.
have Light meet you.
With all due respect, everyone, Mr. King, Skingy, sir, what exactly are we tasked with when we get to the humans? You haven't really told us much, and I don't know. I guess you're the king, and we don't, and that's okay. But any information would be helpful. I don't see why secrets would be beneficial for anyone here. Is there anything we should know about why we're even going here, other than Light? What are the humans up to? What are they doing? Are we in danger?
We're always in danger when it's the humans at this rate.
Oh God, don't remind me.
I'm just being honest. I don't want to lie to you, kid.
Oh.
Don't
He-
worry, you're safe.
He just kind of thinks over and says, if you do plan on going to the human village or the human capital, I would. He just kind of thinks. There have been a new weapon of sort they have been. I've heard reports on, though the reports are very indescript, as anyone coming in contact. He just kind of looks over. He kind of looks over to the guard next to him and is just kind of almost as a confirmation as they both kind of nod heads. It says, would you... I'm guessing you need to know what exactly that we've heard reports on, I'm assuming.
Iris looks forward and says, "Whatever you're comfortable telling us, of course."
He just breathes a heavy sigh. He says, it has kept me up many nights, and if you wish to burden yourselves with this knowledge, then I can only regrettably give it to you. There have been working on a poison. And he just kind of like shows. He says, there seems to be a new kind of poison gas that they've been experimenting with that seems to paralyze any beastkin it attaches itself to. And there was one avian that we had, and he was flying over and he saw the fog that was going over the camp, and everyone within seconds that breathed it in, he described as falling instantly to sleep, and they just were, he just kind of like, just kind of shudders a bit, and it says it seems to only be targeting beasts and beastkin. And this gas seems to be effective. And that is, after he saw all of this, the archers began firing at him in the air as his disgust at this horrible act caused him to make himself known. And then he flew away. And to this date, that is the only information we have on these disappearances that have been happening.
Iris makes this like, oh my God, and then just kind of like collapses to the floor a little and like puts their hand on their forehead. How truly horrifying! God.
So far, what we know they got is still, even though we've only fought a portion, a really strong army. Some of them know how to turn beastkin human, even if it's not fully. And now a gas that makes them basically incapacitated, sort of. They're getting worse by the day.
The scout could not tell if they were paralyzed or asleep. They just all seemed to do a few coughs, and with those few coughs, they all seemed to drop. They
I feel like incapacitated. It's better to assume.
He didn't mention if they were alive or dead from this gas, but he wanted to assume the best. And I want to assume the worst. But as far as we know, it just makes them fall to the ground. But they didn't seem to be hurting them after, as he did go back and try to find the party, but there was no blood on the ground, and all the bodies were gone when he tried to look at where the area was again. And that is what he told the traveling mage, as you know. And that is what the mage brought to my news of last week.
That explains why we were pushed out. I understand that.
If it was any less grave news, I would never interrupt a guest of of myself, the High King here. But this news was too great for me to just ignore for even more than a second. I have already contacted the ambassadors of a few species villages around here, and we are coordinating at this moment, but politics, of course, make things difficult.
That makes sense.
Well, where do we fit into this? How can we help? What can we do? Gosh, I don't know. Oh God, I don't know if they're gonna be peaceful about it. What
We
can we
do
do?
need and Iris is right.
Your friend here doesn't exactly seem in fighting condition yet. How about you go and see if any of the locals are still finishing up anything that they need help with? I can have something arranged in a week's time. The human capital is across the sea in a few good chunk of miles out from the sea edge, but we can definitely get you a boat over there.
And what do you want us to do when we get there? I'm still so confused. I mean, I see the problem here, but how do you expect us to solve it?
If it was up to me, I would have you on the front lines of the war. But with this information regarding light, maybe a more stealthier approach may be necessary. If you're willing to take that, of course. I would always accept you as a soldier of mine, and I would
Oh,
put you
God.
all as commanders. But
For now,
I'll take anything over the front line, if I'm being totally honest.
being sneaky might be the best, especially that we already fought them before. But we might have more of a chance of not getting pummeled immediately.
We'll get any information that we can, Mr. King Skinky Sir.
he just kind of sighs, really. Thank you. I know this is for the good of all of the Beastkin here, so I know it is not just me asking you, but all of us are doing what we can in this fight or war, whatever they decide their terms are, other than just nothing more than enslavement of our Beastkin people.
Yeah. But either you contact us or we'll come back in a week's time then. We'll figure it all out then.
I would recommend getting any unfinished business done with the city, as the journey isn't going to lead you to a favorable city.
I mean, no one grows in their comforts.
But we'll do what we can around here first.
Well spoken, champion. As the king looks directly at you, Wolfie.
What?
He said, well said, champion. As you are basically the only actual person that the king technically knows beyond Iris. The rest of you are just kind of friends of Wolfie.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Y'all haven't actually done anything for the king except Iris and Wolfie. Razzie and Shadow are just kind of like the losers of the tournament that kind
We-
of like
we
palled around with
also got
Wolfie,
that representation of like
being friends with the champion.
Yeah,
no,
really, honestly.
yes.
Yeah, like
But I mean, like, you still got that rep of like you fought the humans before.
that. I will say
Oh,
that
you know, pat
you
on the
do.
back.
You do have the kobold's words. I will say that you do have the kobold's words, which is why you allowed audience with the king in the first place.
Right.
We're
Yeah,
kind
I
of
see.
important, right?
Very important. Oh, never mind. That's not relevant for now.
Anything is relevant. Watch.
I want to go to the magic shop and learn as many fucking spells as I can, but that's like a shopping episode, which is
It-
not relevant right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
we
if
can
you,
do that later.
if you'd like, by all means. There's also, like I said, the only other. There's the magic shop. There is the pet shop.
The pet shop that we still
That's-
need help
yeah,
with the cave.
That's
Actually, I was
so
planning on doing that.
that's like an off-stream thing. I feel like, or like, well, do you have like
Not
out of
yet.
game, like
Nope.
any more like main story stuff planned that we need to do?
There's the
Okay.
pet shop.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly what I'm talking about. That's the only thing that we personally know of so far that we haven't done yet,
What's the
even though
pet
there's
shop?
more things. So, okay. So, before Iris popped up, basically,
Oh wait, I guess it's like in game then. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Pet shop? What do you mean?
okay, so whenever we got the pets that you know and seen at our place,
Uh huh.
I talked to the store manager and they were talking about these vines that were like basically making it to where certain pets weren't able to be like, I guess in a sense reproduced or like be born or whatever. So yeah, reproduced. And causing a lot of havoc over there. The shopkeep said that there's a cave nearby that is probably the source of it. And I offered to basically go and help and check that out.
I look over at Skingy and I say, did you know about this vine problem, Mr. King Skingy, sir?"
Ah, yes. The matters of the shopkeepers. As you know, the shopkeepers always have things they're dealing with. From lost wares to this or that. I try not to go too much in between me and the shopkeepers, as I am not the shopkeeper's, well, keeper. But yes, I did hear they were mentioning something about some form of plant-based creature that was harming their produce.
Well, do you have any other important matters to attend to besides this? Because we can take care of this while you figure out what we should do with the humans and all. I would like to be productive while we wait, I suppose. Anything to do to help out the city would be great, I'm sure.
He just kind of smells. Unless you feel like delivering letters to the kingdoms, then I feel this would be a better use of your talents than a delivery
God.
man.
Hope I'm more qualified than that. Oh jeez.
Hey, you say that, but traveling's good and it gets you enough rep. Don't diss it.
Iris blushes a little bit at the king saying that I'm like better than like a mail carrier. Like anything like compliment wise from
What are you
Iris is gonna,
saying
like,
about
make
Hard
Iris
Naga?
blush. Yeah,
What
what
are you saying about the Kenku and the Hard Naga? What are you doing? Knowing their shit?
He
Hard
already-
Naga helped out.
He already has Hard Noggin and a Kenku, you know? So.
Exactly. But still. Well,
Iris
If-
looks over at go ahead, Saber.
I was saying, nah, I want to see where you're going.
I was just gonna say it's kind of just a personal roleplay thing. I was just gonna look at the king and be like, well, I'm glad you think that we're better than mail carriers. Even though mail carriers, they're valid. Our skills are just different and more attuned to adventuring and things, of course.
Oh, cool.
Okay. But everyone agree we should probably go check out the pet shop. Because that's where I'm thinking about heading.
Yes, right away. We're on it, Mr. King Skingy, sir.
I'm the one who's talking to you, not him. Not to diss the king.
No,
But
I agree with you. I heard you say it, but again, King. I look over at like the king again. I'm just like, we're gonna do it for you. I'm gonna make you proud. I mean, we're gonna do our job, the best that we can, and great, sir.
I like face palm with a smile behind it, just like, mm-hmm.
Iris like blushes out of embarrassment and starts like walking out.
Keep the young intern safe within your party. He is valuable to the kingdom.
Honestly, at this rate, he's valuable to us too. So we'll do what we can. We will never let him in danger's way if we can prevent it.
Keyword being if then.
Hey, sometimes shit happens, but I will fight till death to protect that kid. He don't deserve it.
What are you doing, Shadow? How are you feeling?
I feel the need. No.
You do not, I will say you do not feel the need for speed at the moment as you have
Simply
to.
must defecate.
Yeah, I'm definitely injured beyond belief. Well, I don't know. I feel like we need to take.
wants to go find light or not.
Oh, we're back at the pet shop.
You went at the pet shop!
I don't have a need for a pet again.
You've got so many already.
I know.
I mean, unless you wanted to go to the cave. You want to go to the cave or the pet shop?
I want to say pet shop just to clarify that's where we're going because we don't know exactly where we're going. We just know, oh, it's a cave nearby. Where?
I will say he did specify the cave, but you are more than welcome to talk to the shopkeeper again.
I was gonna say I want to talk to the shopkeeper again. He's nice. Also, I get to see the pets in here again.
A woo.
That little cat snake.
Woo, you're a shopkeeper.
Well,
Hey, yo, we back finally. We apologize.
welcome back. Sorry, it's like we're trying to think. How do I speak like wood?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't even remember how you did it last time, honestly.
So let me think
There you
of
go, voice.
yeah. Hold on,
Okay.
let me get a voice here. Let me get a
There you go, there you
voice.
go. Shopkeeper.
I was
He
gonna
sells
say,
pets, super wholesome, super amazing because they sell pets, but they're like also a shopkeeper and trying to sell things.
I feel like he's a bit grumbly in like his throat and shit. Like not really deep voice, but like
Like
wood.
raspy.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. That. Yeah.
Welcome back to the pet shop.
Hey, yo. That vine problem. We finally came back for that. I apologize. It took a good bit. Had to do some other stuff. But where was the cave? Because I kind of forgot because we've been so busy.
Make a perception check.
As this is happening, Iris like walks over, just like, "Oh my god, so cute!
Yo, look at the cat snail. Show the cat.
Oh my
Oh,
god, oh my god, I can't!
Well-
Ah,
And then
so
there's
cute! Oh my god, it's horrible. I wish I could just buy every single one. Oh my god."
Just a
make a
perception.
make a perception check. Unless I'm like 10. Okay, carry on is normal. Okay.
I don't like that.
That was the best thing you can hear from the Carry on, nothing actually happened.
You just hear the shopkeeper talk with you. Oh yes.
Hydrate? I will do that. Sorry.
You if you'd like some water, I'd be more than free. We have a few pets here that can conjure up some water for you.
I love how he does that and just ignores you now.
Very well. I should speak up louder if I want to be heard. Just like Aunt Willow used to say. Anyways, yes, you were talking about the vines. I Yes, that was not weeks ago, was it? They have still been in hibernation, thank God, because, well, when they come out of hibernation, they were destroying much of my stock. And I was growing all of these beautiful pets to sell.
Yeah, we apologize. We've been busy. I I try to make this important, but we other things popped up. Don't want these little critters not to like exist. They're too adorable not to.
It is just so convenient because I also had someone come by earlier today. And as of course the beast is still there, so I also asked them for help as well.
Oh,
Yes, it
if you
was.
don't mind me asking.
Go ahead.
So it's like if you don't mind me asking, who came by, or at least description of what they look like, out of curiosity.
He just kind of thinks fondly. Oh, it was the loveliest human I have ever seen. They said that they would go and help with the plant problem for free, and they offered to help me in such a kind service. I really owe so much to those humans. They should be just finishing up the job right now.
Uh, cool, 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 cool. Um, yeah. Just just out of curiosity though, just in case. Um, if you don't mind, like, just can you draw me like a small map to like where the cave is? So like, even though they might be done, um, we just want to make sure that like
Oh,
nothing bad happened.
oh yes, yes. Over the few weeks I've been investigating it myself. I've been staying along the tree paths, and even though I was too afraid to go fight it myself, it was until those lovely humans showed up and were able to help me. But yes, if you would like to go check on my new friends, I would happily give you a map to them, as they should be finishing up here before too long. And yes, it's so nice to see some good help these days, and for free at that. They really are just amazing.
Mm-hmm. Um, whenever I do come back though, um, I will ask a few questions about your little cat snail over there. I've been eyeballing it after I got my avocado.
As you wish. My stock is still for sale, regardless of whether the plant is attacking or not. I still have my wares, and I am a shopkeeper after all.
But okay. Um, thank you for the help and the small little map. Um, we'll probably be taking our leave now, though. Thanks for all the help, though. We
Wolfie,
will
what?
try to return it by helping with this.
Wolfie, what are you doing?
Listening. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. The property manager's going to text me.
Oh, you're good. Shadow, what are you doing? Other than being spammed with emotes. Oh, Gary and raided.
Yes. So I was
Uh,
addressing that. Yes, D&D. I
Ah,
don't
yes,
really
role
have-
playing.
I don't really have much to talk to the shopkeeper about.
so would you like to all go to the cave entrance?
Iris,
what
I
are you
mean,
guys-
Or is that, yeah, by all means, talk among yourselves, by all means.
I don't think we have a whole lot, but just like little like small like roleplay stuff. I'm like looking at all the animals, like, oh my god, adorable! I'm gonna name all of you. I'm gonna name you and you, and then I look over to Razzie and I'm like, oh, sorry. uh, is is it time to leave?
I place my hand on his shoulder, look at him,
Oh,
slightly biting my tongue,
Time to head
with
off.
my like nose like twitching.
We must make
We
haste. I've
might
been out.
gotta go.
Too
I-
long.
It might be like wrong of me to assume, but there's already humans dealing with this. We gotta go fast.
With what?
The problem we came here to deal with.
The
I don't trust it.
the vine thing?
Yes.
Wait, so there's humans here? In the city?
Apparently. Calm.
Oh gosh, we better move fast. Oh, I don't know. Oh man, we
Iris,
better
Iris,
go.
I-
What?
Lower your
There's humans here
voice.
and you're not freaking out? We gotta go.
Hey,
What?
calm down.
Okay,
Listen
I'm
to
sorry.
me.
Okay.
We'll take care of it, and we'll come back here after we're done. But yes, we gotta go fast.
Hello,
But if you rile up too much, the shopkeep, because of the fact that they offered to take care of it for free, is already on their side. It may be wrong for me to assume they're bad, but I don't trust it. So we gotta go. I just wanted to tell you, just don't show immediate panic right now. You can panic as soon as we get out of here, and we can run. I got a map to the place. I'm going to tell Shadow and Wolfie.
I look over at the shopkeep and kind of nod, and I walk forward a little. Wait, where am I? I walk forward over the shopkeep and go, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I just couldn't handle how cute your pets were. I'll be sure to come back and buy one someday. And I like run out of the store trying to like Iris is like clearly a terrible liar.
You ran so far out of the store. You just through a window.
Yeah, no, wait, oh, the door's over there. Oops. yeah, Iris
That's how it is.
Basically, Iris is like the type to be like very bad at lying and should just leave before they like give anything away. So Iris just like does this awkward interaction with the shopkeep and just books it outside.
Oh my god. I guess Shadow's following.
Yep.
I'm really.
My mind is on other matters, so I'm just kind of like.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'm
you
like,
at this rate, you probably saw Iris and was just like, he's booking it, follow. I still gotta tell Wolfie if he didn't hear.
Yeah, please assume I didn't hear. I was.
Oh, you're not
I
leaving
was saying,
right.
I mean, like, I
I'm
can
sorry.
tell you, and you can just move and just like nod your head in like assumption.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
it's like you
Oh.
don't have to say anything.
You're not having to leave right now, are you, Wolfie? They're just asking about this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They're just asking about this. I'm sorry.
Yep. Okay. So you all basically, assuming if there's anything else, so you all try to make your way to the cave.
Yeah, I was just gonna like be like, yo, Wolfie, and tell him basically the same thing I told Iris. But we can leave now if we need to.
Yeah.
That'd be fine.
I imagine that's like a conversation that you can have like on the way to the cave.
Yeah.
You could roleplay it out if you want, but like, yeah.
Okay, so as I'm walking very fastly, so the way it seems,
hello, Zikos. Doing good. How are you doing?
so
While we're
the way
transitioning.
it seems, there's already humans here. Like I said, I feel like it's bad for me to assume. I don't want to be that person, hate being that person. But by default, assume bad. Fucking hate it. But there's already humans here. They're taking care of what we're taking care of. But since we already heard what the king is going on about, them have like fighting or even doing anything with a vine monster isn't good. Especially if it's already killing everything that's in that shop. So we need to hurry, and we also need to think. We need to think. We need to.
Wait, okay.
Fuss.
Well, if the shopkeep told you all these things, do you think the shopkeep has something to do with it?
Honestly, even if he doesn't seem like it. Last time we talked, he was just like he just cares about anyone and anyone to take care of that vine monster thing.
Wait, but
If it's even a monster.
he knows that the humans are dealing with this?
Yeah, only because of the fact that they just walked in, offered to like take care of it for him for free. That's all
So
he
you're telling
knows, at
me
least how he
that
told me.
you're telling me that humans just walked through this city, went to the shopkeep, said they'd take care of it, and then just went to the huh?
Yeah, I was confused too, but I didn't want to question it. It's hard to think right now. I'm too fucking Ooh.
maybe the shopkeeper has more answers. Maybe we should just go talk to them again. And
Yeah, but if we go back and
We
if he
just
is right,
left
I don't.
from
Hmm? What?
we just left the shop. Why do we need to go back?
so out of game, Iris is very clearly making excuses not to go into this cave. Um, in game. Well, I don't know. Maybe they have more information about why the humans are here,
It doesn't
or
matter if they
or
have more
maybe they.
information. It's just we need to take care of it. We need to take care of it.
Oh,
Roll a perception check, Wolfie.
maybe we're not even ready for this. I mean, Shadow's not even full speed, or you
Iris,
know, is
Iris,
still
I know,
exhausted.
I know, Iris, I know. It's just we
You
gotta,
just
we gotta do it. We gotta.
God, but what if we fail? What if we mess up?
It, it doesn't matter. It's just we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Just calm.
Well,
Calm.
last time I thought everything was
calm.
fine, my friend tried to kill you all.
We need to.
Sorry if I'm a little on edge about everything, but nothing's making sense lately, and I. So Iris is like also someone who is very used to like knowing a lot of things and isn't used to failure, and having a situation that they don't know about is like detrimental to their sanity because they're so used to being like, you know, on the upper hand of things. Um, God, I wish we just knew more and why we're here and what we're doing and.
I know, but we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Well, okay. If we don't take care of it,
Yeah, there's music.
if it's like if we don't take care of it, it's like one worst case scenario, human hell, and like bullshit following behind. If we don't take care of it, it's also a situation that shopkeep one can't keep anything, and two, that's basically lives of animals that could exist or even are existing could pass with no reason. If we don't do it, it's just it. We we have to. I have to.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you guys. You're the ones that are used to adventuring like this. I'm just an intern. I'll listen to you guys.
I'm not trying to.
No.
I
I'm sorry. Oh God, I didn't mean that either. I meant that I respect you and I hear what you're saying.
no. I
And
know. Okay, Iris, kid. I will. I'm trying. This is taking a lot out of me, and I don't. Not used to it.
You
This
think
is
I'm used to this? Oh, I used to be the best at everything. Oh man, adventuring is just they don't teach you about this in the books. I really thought that I was top of my class, knew everything about everything, and oh man, I learned these spells so fast, but using them when it's the right time, it's just it's so much.
No, I understand. I understand. Fuck. I hell. Even with my growing up, I was never prepared for anything like this. Yeah, it's like hell. The most I've ever dealt with is trying to get fucking rich assholes out of my home of Woodvale. I don't. And that was me trying to fake being a ghost. Worked though, but I I was never even prepared for any of this. Don't think that like I'm trying to downgrade what you're going through either. Just the past few months for even me has been hell. And I don't know how to react to any of it. I just go with it. But you are smart. You have power. You know what you're doing, even if you act like you don't, or even if you think that you don't. You're stronger than you think. Never downgrade that. I just hold my like paw over my face, just rubbing my nose bridge. Just don't think you're less than what you are. You're prepared for a lot more than you think, and I trust you. You're fine. We're fine. We're gonna be fine.
Uh, well, well, I trust you guys too, and I think we should move forward. Oh gosh, we've been here for a while. I think we should move forward before we waste too much time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry for.
No, I'm sorry. That was my fault. No, it's not worth getting into it. Let's just go.
I look over at the others. What do y'all think?
Well, I hear fighting up ahead. It sounds to be something big.
What? Now?
Where are you hearing up?
Wolfie,
I'm
what do you
assuming
hear?
the cave, or
Or sorry, Dusty, what do you hear?
Okay, Zerto, you typing all that isn't
I mean, you can
Sorry.
really read it off and like summarize.
Basically, you're the only one that is trying to keep in tune with what is verbally being said inside, where everyone else seems to be more in tune of what their own speaking. And Shadow's very exhausted.
Excuse me. I sneezed in game.
Just to make it more thematic. There we go.
I mean, people do that. Imagine like an adventurer, like they gotta sneeze too. Everyone sneezes.
Oh yeah. Okay, so my ears kind of perk up to try and listen to what Wolfie's talking about as I was focused in on their conversation. I
Okay.
apologize. My senses are still a little out of sorts.
I hear someone saying that they are going to cut someone down and burn for the next camp. Where exactly am I hearing this from, though? You aren't
It's-
exactly saying
Inside,
In the
inside the cave.
inside the cave. Okay,
Yeah, sounds
We
about
must
right.
go inside the cave.
it's coming
Okay.
from inside the cave.
Okay.
Well, I guess
Do-
we that's what we came here for. Let's move forward, but everyone
Wait.
remember, just be careful.
Before we move, we should probably set up something. This cave's probably dark, so I should probably have my orb just in case. It'd be a hazard, but at the same time, it's better than going in the dark. So I'll
True.
probably set that out real fast, but we should be cautious when we go in here. Prepare what you need as I go in.
I'm ready as I'll ever be, and I chase after you.
You do see a bear at the entrance of the cave kind of coming out and look at you, no. No, Trinket! No,
Look
Trinket!
at him. Confused.
Let me move you all back a little bit.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Trinket, please don't go running off now. We're trying to finish up what we're doing in here. And you hear, calling out from the inside of the cave. There seems to be the bear that kind of goes "Rrrr," and sits on its butt with its paw between its legs, looking at you all curiously, as you hear heavy footsteps from inside that seem to be rushing towards
Bear back
the
in 2
exit.
seconds, I'm gonna go start my food.
Yep.
That's fine. In a second, I'm gonna have to be right back, but I'll stay for a minute.
Zerto, so the bear is like kind of like guarding this cave. Is that what you're saying?
I said the bear came out, looked at you all, and said, "Rawr," and then sat on its butt with its legs kind of outstretched and then with its paws between its legs.
Iris like freezes and just looks at the party and goes, "Guys, am I the? I don't. Okay, from the last couple days, my sanity's been all over the place with what's been going on. Do you all see this bear right now? Am I seeing things?
No, you're not saying things. It's a bear.
There's a bear right there, just sitting
Yeah.
calmly.
I don't think he's
it's
he's
real.
harsh or
Okay.
hazard. Yes, it's real.
Okay. And we have to go in the cave past the bear.
Trinket, how
Yeah.
dare you leave us? I know you don't like cramped spaces, but I can't have you running off like that. As you see, basically humanish, elvish-looking druid come over and pat the bear on the head, not noticing you all.
I
Iris like
stare.
freezes again and goes, "Wait, is that a human with the bear?"
Wait, maybe.
It,
That does.
it doesn't.
I've seen human. That don't look fully.
Oh
Why do I
look!
have-
Oh look at the fluffy animals! Scanland, come out and see the fluffy animals. We have some guests with us.
Hi. We're more than animals. We're a little more sentient. Hi. How are you doing? Hello.
My, what is it we have here? He kind of says, playing a little lute to himself. You see what looks to be a gnomish-looking person with a very large lute. Hey, Pike! Grog! Get out here! We got some company out here, and what a lovely vixen as well. He says,
Maybe
looking
he's
at
talking
you.
to Pink, that's
Are
Oh,
you
shit.
calling me a vixen?
Yeah.
Technically, that I guess Trix is
It
no
was
longer
all
OP.
directed- It was like all directed toward Razzie and obviousness, but yes, totally towards you, Wolf.
What'd you say, Sarah?
I just said they all seem to kind of come out of the cave. They seem very bloodied and broodied. This one seems to be almost at death's door himself, as you just see what looks to be whips from like 1,000 vines laced all around his body. And as well as you see what looks to be a very, very small, heavily armored, gnome-ish creature with a large, spiky ball at the end of their staff. As well as in the back, you see what looks to be a guy with a very, very large gun. A woman with a bow. And lastly, what seems to be a more in the back kind of character, kind of in the shadows a little bit, with a set of daggers that seem to be cleaning off in front of you.
Pointing off?
Yep, they seem to be cleaning off what looks to be sticky sap that are coming from their daggers.
Interesting.
I walk up a little, with not a sigh of relief yet, but walk up cautiously. You're definitely not full human. You're a lot of things. May I ask who y'all are? I'm sorry,
I
all
will-
of them are different, like elf, gnome, other shit. I'm sorry.
I whisper over to Dusty. I go, "Oh my god, is she talking to the humans right now?"
Yes, it's probably the group the other shopkeep sent out here.
Oh god, there's so many.
Welcome, my furry friend. I am Grog Strongjaw, and I am, as the bard begins to play a bit, he is not the brains of our group, but he is the strongest. He's been hit a few times. We are Vox Machina. And who might you all be?
Well, we don't really quite have a name, but we're
Hmm.
Gee, I wonder where you took this name from.
it's like we're a part of the Kobold tribe, basically.
We're the Ma Wu Redeemers.
Wait, we
Oh
are.
my god.
No.
No, the
but-
cobalt thing we are.
But we came here because the shopkeep told us a little bit ago, but stuff kept popping up about the vine creature thing. We meant to take care of it, but like I said, more important things popped up.
They're just gonna like, oh, whoa, and you just gonna see Pike kind of what they say. They do. I will say they give all their name introductions as they each kind of say who they are.
Vex. Fuck. Who else?
Percy, Torion,
Wizard?
No, that
Or forgot.
the wizard is Tiberius,
Right, Tiberius.
but there does seem to be no Dragonborn with him.
Okay, yeah.
There's Keyleth, the druid,
Uh-huh.
Vex, which is the ranger. You got the bard, the barbarian, which is Grog, Percy the rogue, and then Tarion is the artificer. And you have Scanlan the bard, who comes up and says, as he kind of plucks his lute, he says, "Well, all good groups must have a name, for how will you be put down in legends? You can't have a story written about yourself as only he or they. You must have a name for your group, for that way you can be told for many generations."
Hmm.
I guess you're right, but we never really had time to think about it because
With
we've
all
been doing so much.
With all due respect, Mr. Bard, sir, what's your name again? Sorry.
I am, as he kind of plays off, Scanlan the musician.
Scanlan, sir. Oh God. Sorry, I'm such an embarrassment. Well, maybe we're not in it for the glory. We're just here to do our job and help our king, the king, and save the city from whatever's happening here. Which I guess you guys have already taken care of.
Ah yes, the shopkeeper was such a kind fellow. Keyleth, I think you had the greatest connection with him, as he kind of points off. I saw you flirting with that stick figure of a man, as he says, kind of almost with a grinnish glow about him. As Keyleth says, yes, I know a trinket always have been such a fondness for the Trent folk. Whenever I was young, I saw, Trinket over in the woods, and there was an ent there that helped us, so I'm always fond of helping them. And he even agreed to all terms, too.
Turn.
What terms are those?
He see, Pike come up and talk and says, well, we have only one agreement. We go around and we help the different Beastkin villages with their various problems, as it both helps us in our adventuring, as well as giving us something in return.
So you're not working with the humans?
If you're referring to the capital, they have their own little cultish desires going on. We seek a more peaceful approach to the Beastkin. As Keyleth kind of points up, oh yes, I always love the furry folk. They are so adorable.
Critical Role loves furries. Write that down.
Do you have anything that you need assistance with by chance? We have many great abilities at our disposal, and we'd be happy to help with you. We only follow a very simple rule set.
If
Iris
you
looks
don't mind
over
me
again at.
asking.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, like, does it involve talking to them, yes or no? Because if not, you can go.
I was gonna whisper over to Dusty real quick, just be like, "Oh my God, we're talking with the humans, and it's going well."
I give a slight nod of my head and just pat his shoulder.
Do we just? Like Iris just kind of like looks forward again and just kind of like waves awkwardly. Go ahead, Razzie.
If I may ask, what are your rules?
How simple, let's see, Grog just pipes up. Haha, well we help the different beastkin, and they agree to be our allies, and in order to assure they do that, we give them fancy trinkets of our own to make sure they keep well. As, Scanlan kind of, plays on his little lute. But what he is referring to, of course, is the little rings we give out, as you must have seen one on the tree, or on the Ent's finger whenever you were in his shop.
Sadly, I didn't. But
Oh,
that
it's
sounds
says, oh, it's just a simple ring, of course. It's just a ring of human friendship, as we like to call it.
ah. That's fascinating.
Iris's
Yes.
jaw drops.
If you'd like to be... If you need assistance as well, of course, we'd be happy to help you. All you have to do is just put on this ring, and it will ensure that we're friends forever.
I'd love to, but I'm good.
Wait, okay, with all due respect, sorry, hi, this is so embarrassing. My name's Iris. I'm a little bit of a magic user myself. I'm just an intern, so I don't know anything. But, I do know, because I do work with magic and I do know some things, when someone offers you a ring, with any, like, magical capabilities, it's good to usually, I don't know, just make sure it's not illegitimate, you know? I don't know, oh gosh, we believe you guys, totally, we never think that you'd lie to us ever, but I, I don't know, I just, this ring just makes us friends, I guess?
You see Keyleth point out, oh, I always love having more pets. Would you like to take a look at this ring yourself? You don't have to put it on, but you're more than free to inspect it.
Me? Oh gosh, sure, I'll take a look. And
Before
it's
he
like,
does, though,
yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead.
I say before he does, I walk over. Give me a second. Just be cautious. Don't grab things. That's never a good thing, too. You know.
Oh gosh, you have no idea. Trust me, I've seen some serious magical trickery,
Yeah, no,
mess up
I
stuff.
know.
But
I'm not
I'm gonna
saying
be.
you didn't know. I'm just saying be cautious.
I will. I promise. Oh god.
I walk
Um.
back.
Okay. Um. I started to walk up. Right here. And I kind of just look at Keyleth and I go. So are you gonna like toss it over or should we meet halfway and that's a cute bear by the way.
Oh yes, Trinket. I love my little Trinket. Here, if you'd like, you can even watch. He can even do a trick. Trinket, why don't you give the young little hyena this? And she puts it in the paw of the bear, and the bear kind of sticks it on his head, walks over to you, and then kind of lowers his head with the ring, almost like a platter on top of his head.
I mean thank you Tricklet, what was it? I mean um Trinket, sorry. Thank you, Trinket. You're very kind, and like puts like a very like shaky and like sweaty palm on like Trinket's head, and like pats his head.
Yes.
Brrr.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
And takes the ring, and I pick up the ring.
Yep.
Can I do like an Arcana check on it?
Yep.
Better roll something good.
Yeah, but okay.
15.
Also, Wolfie, what did you roll the insight for?
So, I
That's
rolled
important, 'cause you did that
insight.
a while ago.
I rolled insight to see if they were trying to deceive us or not, and they are being honest in their intentions, and they're just fascinated.
Okay, then I will. Let me cut out one section because you did roll very high, so I'm going to give you everything but the very last tidbit of what it does. So you know they can't. You're a bard. You know a lot of kind of almost charm-like spells. Basically, this is a ring blessed with human friendship. Any non-hostile humans instantly become your friend and will have advantage on all charisma checks against you. And you may not intentionally kill or hurt any human, even at the threat of your own life.
Do I understand this or does Zerda? Or not
Uh,
Zerda. You you are.
No, this is from your Arcana check.
Oh, what about Wolfie's insight?
From the inside, I said that they seem to be honest in their intentions and genuinely fascinated in you. But fascinated in more of a... They seem to be more interested in you, almost like a puppy dog.
I look over
That's what I thought.
at the human party and I say, with all due respect, fellow humans, with recent events that we've had, I guess it's not really worthy going into detail, but we've had some trickery happen here and there, and how do I know that if I put this ring on, you're not trying to win us over? Maybe we'll respect you and fight to the death for you, but that says nothing about how you view us.
Grog just kind of laughs. And Pike kind of shuts him down a little bit. It's like, yes, we are trying to win you over. For whenever you went over to the druid shop, what kind of payment were you expecting from him?
What kind of payment?
What?
I never offered. Or
Payment?
he never offered, and I wasn't going to. I was going to do this for free. Because
So-
I care about animals and their well-being. And we don't need
better
a shop
question,
like that.
why did you guys do this for free? You said that you wanted to just better your adventuring? Is that it? I'm sure there's more to it than that.
Well, see, a lot of adventurers come through these parts and are always asking for gold as rewards. They're always asking for land and magic items and gold. And see, there's a difference between us and, well, maybe most adventurers. We're not familiar with you. But we go around and we help the Beastkin for free. But in return, they get to be our little, well, I would say pets, but we protect our pets very well, don't we, Keyleth? As Keyleth kind of goes over and pets the top head of the bear. Oh yes, I love you so much, little Trinket, I love you so much.
This is kind of tough to differentiate, I'm aware, with people that aren't as experienced. But, when you look at Trinket and you look at us, do you see any, potential, maybe differences, between us?
Just kind of looks over. Oh yes, you could perform a lot more tricks than Trinket, but both of you are equally as wonderful in your own way.
Oh, well, that's great. But do you think that, because we can do, oh, how do I describe this? We, people like us, I guess, Beastkin, we can learn things that, people like you humans can learn. And maybe we're not so different after all.
Oh yes, see, Trinket can also do many things as well, and she is a beautiful bear. And just like that, we even had these few nice little, we even had this nice little armadillo family we helped last week. See, a lot of people in this realm are very weak, and we just want to make sure that we help people grow, well, maybe not stronger, but we definitely solve their problems, as we are able to have the means to do so, and in return they just give us their loyalty, just like this bear gives us their undying loyalty.
I have an idea if you're going to let.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me a second so I'm not typing. So. Originally I was going to do animal handling, but if I'm right, I can do it with the faith.
Whatever you want to do, you can roll whatever you...
Yeah, no, I know. I just want to make sure. Because I was going, which you don't have to get the token out, because I'm probably
Yep.
going to switch back anyways. I might say just in case, but I was going to turn into the Fey Fox. The Fey Fox has telepathy. With like
Yep.
simple ideas.
Yep.
I know it's a bear.
Actually, so you transform into the Fey Fox, right?
Yeah.
And as you do, Keyleth's eyes light up with the utmost, just joyous, just saying like, "Oh my, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my whole life." Trinket, please do just, and she's kind of like, she begins to almost like wave her hands in the air as she begins to kind of speaking some words. And as she does, the bear transforms in a polymorphed-like state into a Fey Fox as well. As this one is a brown Fey Fox, similar to yours. As they are now both kind of, you're looking at each other. Though I will say the bear is a little bit confused at first before shaking its muzzle and realizing that this is kind of the norm. And then it kind of sniffs around at you playfully.
Now being
Okay.
next to Shadow, I whisper over to Shadow and I go, what the hell is going on?
Okay, so
What do you mean, Iris?
is it just looking like a Fey Fox?
It's a
or is it-
polymorph. It's a polymorph. It's a polymorph spell.
I just want to make sure because I don't know what a polymorph does.
As far as you know, polymorph, you just saw a bear get transformed into a Fey Fox. That is what you know.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I whisper
But-
over to. Oh, go ahead, if you're still gone.
But I was going to see if simple ideas of like telepathy, of
Mhm.
like. Sorry, I'm trying to think about how to word this without like being just full on sentence. So
Are you trying to sense the bear's feelings?
yes, but I wanted to ask sort of straight up, but yes. That's another reason why I was going to use animal handling before I remembered I could turn into a Fey Fox.
They seem extremely friendly to Keyleth. And almost like they seem just almost like his family.
Amen.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I feel like okay.
So,
Does-
real quick.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
What's up, Wolfie?
I'm
Also,
sorry.
Wolfie, you're saying stuff in private. You can say it out loud. We'll play it. I know you're quiet.
The stuff that you sent for Iris, we don't know that, right?
Right. Iris never explicitly said what it is or what it does. It was just more so saying, and if we're friendly. So it's like, wait, what?
Well, I basically like said what it was out loud to them, saying like, oh, like even though this is a ring of friendship for humans, like how do we know? So I basically did exclaim out loud what it is.
You explained without giving detail. That's what it actually does.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. I
Which
kind of
is
questioned
something
it in
that,
front of all
like-
of you that should have given you
Yeah.
details
I was
to
gonna
kind of connect what
yeah.
it is.
It's
That was it, like,
basically
even before I transformed, I
So-
assume that's what it did.
so Friends is a level 5 or sorry, Friends is a cantrip.
Low level, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally Friends is literally a cantrip. So that's technically what Friends does as a cantrip. But imagine that as a ring that basically is binded, or not binded. I will say it's a ring that you put on, and it makes you under that effect 100% of the time.
Iris kind of
Until you take the ring off.
The party again and drops on the floor and says, "Wait, why do I need the ring to trust you?"
I just realized I have like the opposite of what that does in a sense. I have animal friendship.
Yeah, basically same thing.
Yeah, but mine takes concentration. They got that shit in a ring. It doesn't matter.
So as you're saying, you're saying that to, is there anyone in specific you're saying that to? Or
I'm
just
saying
the
that
general
the
group?
entire party and looking around.
I
That's
see.
the best answer.
So they just kind of, Vex just kind of pokes up with her bow as she kind of sets her bow. A lot of them seem to be kind of cleaning their own wounds a little bit. Pike seems to be going around, kind of bandaging up a little bit, as they've all seem to look like they've gone through a heavy whipping, with all of the almost like fungus, almost like patchy green moss that seems to be around the wounds, as they seem to be cleaning themselves up. Keyleth, who is mostly in the back, uninjured, is able to speak for most of the party, but she just kind of speaks up and says, well, to be fair, do not couples give their spouses wings? Do we not give gifts to our friends? We give all kinds of gifts to people we trust. And this is just one way to assure that we are able to keep giving gifts, and also it keeps a little bit of protection.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
go ahead.
now if you got something better, I'm pretty sure you do.
I probably don't.
I mean, I was just going to use telepathy to talk.
Oh my god.
Really
Okay.
fucking simple.
I was just going to. So I look at the party and go, well, we don't really need how do I say this while being respectful? This being a gift of making us trust you isn't really a gift. It's kind of just a way to make us trust you. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm on edge. We've had a lot of sketchy instances with magic happen lately. Let me show you a way to help that isn't as
Intrusive?
manipulative.
Manipulative. that's a good
Intrusive?
word.
I don't mistrust you necessarily, but I've just had trust issues lately. Let me show you the kind of trust that I would presume to be more trustworthy. I'm
You just
gonna
kiss.
cast,
You just kiss. You're just like gonna go over and kiss Shadow.
No, I'm gonna cast some kind of healing on whoever the weakened person is, the most weakened out of the group.
That would be Grog.
How's Grog doing?
Very bloodied.
I'm going to cast because I don't want to get close. I'll just kind of cast Healing Word. Or you know what? No, I'll make this fun. I'll roleplay it. I'll go up and cast Cure Wounds, and I'm just gonna cast it at like a first level. I'm
Okay.
just gonna walk up and like very cautiously, just kind of like, oh, I see Grog. I'm gonna walk up, and as I get kind of close, I'm like, guys, I promise that this isn't anything crazy. I'm just gonna, excuse me, big person here, or I guess not human. What are you exactly? I think I've read about your kind in a book somewhere, but you're
A frost giant.
a frost giant. Oh, sure. So I start to like lift up my hand a little and point it out as like this little glow emanates from it. This is helpful. I promise. If it's not, then I'm sure your party would strike me down where I stand. So, let me just. Is it okay if I just touch your shoulder real fast?
He says, he kind of looks down at you from basically you're kind of up to his waist. He says, "Sure, my little buddy. By all means, anyone can ride on Grog's shoulder," as he picks you up and puts you on his shoulder.
Oh, and as this happens, I kind of like flail around a little, like not expecting to be just kind of like picked up. And I go, hold still for a moment. Well, yeah. And I put my hand on Grog's shoulder and cast Cure Wounds at a level 1.
Go ahead and roll it.
Yeah.
Cure them wounds. Nat 1. Just kidding.
No.
5 plus. So, wait, that was a 1. That was. Roll again.
Okay,
just roll it again.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, I didn't roll that. Who did that? Oh,
Shadow.
never mind.
I don't know what Shadow's doing.
Waving.
I clicked show spell description.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Cure wounds. Okay, so as you do, you kind of like as he kind of puts you up on his shoulder, you kind of try balancing there, but you basically kind of like put your hands between your like legs as the radiance seems to go from your paws down to his shoulder, and a large wound that seems to be kind of cutting into his pecs seems to be kind of closing up as a bit of radiant light seems to almost burn a scar into his chest in a positive manner. As the wound closes, he says, "Haha, one more scar for the body. That makes 92 this month."
Oh my. But anyways, I don't know if I ever said it, but my name's Iris. I'm just a heal mage, and I like to make sure that people are okay. More so, I've been with the Peacekin, but I suppose anyone with a proper sentience deserves the proper healing to go on. Can you put me down, please, Sir Grog?
Oh yes, Grog is both an elevator up and an elevator down. Here you go, my little buddy. As he sets you down on the ground and pats your head, ruffling your head a little bit.
Iris like blushes. Oh, It's nothing really.
Can I like use telepathy for a second with Iris?
Sure.
Do you have to wait? What is? Do you have to roll for that? And do I
No,
have to do anything?
I think
No,
it's just
a
a
thing
talking.
that the Fey Fox can do.
They
Um,
communicate
so do I
simple
have to-
words.
Do I tell you what I'm thinking, or what? Or like you just communicate to me? Is that how that works?
I think it works both ways, but all I know for a fact is it works my way. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yes.
But just no trust, fear, calm.
I
No
hear
trust.
no trust, fear, and calm. And I just so like out of game, I think I kind of know what you're going for, but in game, I'm just like, what? Like I'm thinking this. I'm just like, what? I'm not calm. Oh God, I'm never calm. What do you expect me to do?
Iris.
Keyleth transforms into a Fey Fox as well. And sniffs you.
I touch
Oh.
noses so they don't suspect anything.
What just happened? Why
Well-
is there multiple now?
Oh God, I don't know. Anyways, you seem to have just taken care of this fine thing. Where are you off to next? What's next in your adventures?
They just kind of, Scanlan is just kind of ripping on his lute as he says, well, we're off to go make friends with all of the Beastkin, and soon they will all be ours. And they just kind of say, in general, they just seem to be going from town to town. The next closest town would probably be the Kobolds, actually.
Hmm.
Can we determine how strong the party is?
They were able to. Keyleth alone was able to make polymorph spell, and I think that is a. Let me double check. That is a 4th level spell.
Clearly, we're like underleveled to some degree.
Uh,
As
If
I'm
it-
concerned, as like a mage, like from this.
yeah, you seem to be under their power level.
Hmm.
Not, they are very weakened right now from fighting the Shambling Mound, though you did just heal one of them.
Iris is gonna stay where they're at and kind of look at them and go, well, I suppose I'm not the greatest at lying, so I suppose I'll be a little direct with you. Beastkin, well, have you ever thought that maybe we're just like you, just maybe looking a little different, or I don't know. Hopefully, we don't smell a whole lot worse. But maybe maybe you don't have to. I don't know. Maybe we don't have to be yours, as you put it. Maybe we can just be ourselves, and you could be yourselves in separate locations, and also be peaceful.
Hi, my little furry friend. You do not have to accept the ring by all chance. If you seem very strong and capable, just like us. He kind of says, with a little bit of like almost humoring, but at the same time a little bit serious, but almost like a humoring. We're not going around forcing rings on people's fingers. We merely just see if they need any help, and if the help is severe enough, then we make sure to aid them. We can have farmers and soldiers deal with the petty stuff. We help the real people that need help.
Well, I mean, a word of advice. When you say things like "make the beastkin yours" and such, it sounds a little condescending.
Just
I mean,
talking
again,
again.
what, where is it? What'd you say?
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out which one you're talking to real fast.
Grog. I think he was talking to Grog and or Pike or Scanlan. They
Yeah,
seem to be the.
Tell me
party
when you're
generally
done.
when I say a lot
Yeah.
of these things, but I kind of just say, it's just a little condescending when you say that we're yours, or we're pets, or I don't know. Like, all due respect to Trinket, but I don't know. I believe we hold a little bit more. I believe we hold a little bit more. What would you call it? I don't know, sentience, or I guess Trinket is sentient, but um, I just I don't know. We appreciate your help as always, but um, we're just like you, and I don't know if we um, I don't know if I'm saying this correctly. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying though? Is that Maybe
Uh,
we're just capable, even though if we ourselves are not, but like maybe other people like us are. Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm messing this all up.
Wolfie, what are you doing?
He's crying. No,
What?
go
Yeah.
go on.
Right. I'm watching with careful eyes what he's trying to attack. That's what I'm
They seem to be completely peaceful. They just have their own goals, and they are just trying to do their own way of living, from what you can gather.
Okay. I'm going to talk to Grog, same way I did with Iris.
Okay.
Beast can no pet. Understand.
And Grog just kind of looks around a bit. If I can't pet them, can I pat them? Or can I only boop them?
Poop them?
Boop. Gotta boop.
Oh,
I
poop.
sigh.
Snoot.
Yeah, it's just like a fist bump for the nose.
Ah! I'm gonna probably say I only have about like 5-10
Wait.
minutes.
By all means, this can go like there is no like unless you'll like straight up like decide to attack them.
Which
There-
the thing is, I feel like attacking them would be out of game. I feel like attacking them in this situation, because they haven't shown any kind of hostility, it'd be better to wait and run into them later and just take care of what we came to take care of and just warn the people that we know of them.
The only
That's my
issue
opinion.
Go
is
ahead.
I don't like, obviously this is out of game. I kind of understand, but like the thing is that ring prevents whoever the wearer is from attacking a human. They could
That's
be
what I'm
under
saying.
right. They could be under the guise of we're just doing this for the thing, but they also want to own us. But they could also be like an extension of the the fucking whatever the city called it is called. I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
The
it's
human
like
city?
Yeah,
it's like
because
they're an extension of it, but the thing is that they're also just the type of people to be like, hey, look, it's like the human nature of like, I want it as a pet, and
oh
does
yeah,
it.
I don't doubt that they're just kind of being more condescending than they are, or whatever. But it's also bringing around the people unsuspecting. It pretty much is like, oh, here's this ring of friendship. Oh, cool. And then all of a sudden, like a human goes to attack the person, and the person can't attack back.
Right.
So that's the issue, is that they might not be doing it on purpose, like with super like bad undertones, but they're definitely going about it the wrong
Meaning.
way. They're not forcing anybody, so that's already a good start.
Yeah.
But they're also not being truthfully honest on what the ring does,
No.
unless you have
Yeah.
an Arcana check or something that you can check out before you put it on.
For now,
And I'm assuming it could
even
also
though it's
probably have a
better if we
binding
like
spell.
attack, but in my opinion, we should wait.
If you'd like to
Because
put on,
they
if
are slightly more leveled than us, we're going to struggle, and I don't think that's a chance we should take with your state of
Yeah, no,
They
I'm
are
not.
injured as well too.
what?
what do you say, Wolfie?
They're injured as well too, though.
No, I understand that, but like, you know where I'm coming from, though, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah, and I was like, I agree, we could probably take it, but like, I don't trust. Hell
Can
no.
I
No.
cast if I were to cast suggestion, would it be obvious? Or could I like kind of like do like a little gesture?
They have a bard in their group.
Yeah.
If they didn't have a bard in their group, I'd say you may be able to kind of like worm your way through the woods. But with a very, very heavy, high-level bard, it would be very apparent. And also, a bard at level 6 gets counter charm. And they are, I will say, don't want to spoil, but they are at least level 6. Since you are level 6, I'm not gonna give y'all, like, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
at
Okay, It
level.
wouldn't be too bad if we did fight them. It's just there's
I
still
said-
more of them than there is of us.
True.
Yeah, they have I will say this is what the bard at level 6 can do, but basically they have advantage against stuff like that.
Well, I wasn't gonna use it on the bard. I was gonna use it on like Grog, but like.
Well, no, that's just it.
The
See, it
bard would
says
notice.
during that time, you and any creature within 30 feet have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
I see. Well, either way, to get this kind of moving, because Shadow also does have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Sorry.
tell them.
Yeah, those.
But friends, it seems that you took care of the vine problem and you told us what you're doing next. It seems that we have no trouble here. I mean, if you don't mind, maybe we'll just go into the cave and investigate what you actually did, because we were also sent here to take care of the problem. I guess we should go in and make sure everything's okay from our standpoint, just see with our own eyes, I guess.
By all means, my little fluffy friend. Maybe you can even find a branch or two to fetch. As he says, almost in an endearing way to you.
Well, I suppose. Maybe you guys should get on to your next quest since you're so busy and productive all the time.
Keyleth transforms back into their regular druid self, as well as transforming Trinket. He says, Trinket, come on, dear, let's go to the next realm. We can see what kind of people need help there. As you just hear the bear kind of go, roar.
Well, it was really great meeting you all. It's super cool. Glad we're on good terms and things. If you want your ring back, and like Iris like tosses the ring back. I think we already trust you enough to not need a, a ring like this.
Scanlan catches it kind of almost tactfully, and then with one stream he just strums his lute with the ring in a almost musical gesture, and he says, I will make sure to add this to my story.
Sure, and make sure to tell him that the beastkin are cool, and
And-
not, you know, your pets and animals.
And what's your names, by chance?
Oh, I'm Iris. Nice to meet you. I'm a mage. I do things with like healing and like shielding and things. Abjuration, if you're familiar.
And you just see this guy kind of poke up his ears a little bit. He says, yes, I have some abjuration myself. I can manage to do magic of that similar school as well.
Oh, cool.
And about your other friends,
Oh, yes, guys. Introduce yourselves.
Shadow the Wolf.
Not gonna introduce myself to someone who thinks I'm suspect. Sorry.
Oh, he's a feisty one. That's okay. We have many more friends to make along our road.
I didn't mean to do that.
You're a fox, Razzie. Would you like to transform into your fox self?
Yeah, I was going to, but if I were to convince any of them of something, would that be high enough?
You can say what you're saying first, and then I can tell you if you even need to roll for it.
I mean, it probably wouldn't fucking matter because it's just me lying about my name, but like,
Go.
you know.
I mean, they will.
Perception, not persuasion.
Yeah. I mean, you could just. I mean,
I
they'll
can't read.
they'll believe whatever you tell them. They're not. Hunt. I mean, like I said, they probably would find out about you pretty shortly anyway. But they're asking out of politeness, not out of like. From what you
I
can
know,
tell,
I know,
anyways.
but I don't trust them, so why should I give them my name, kind of shit, you know?
Yes, but what name do you give them?
Xenia. Like the flower.
Zinni. Well met, Zinni. And what are you, my large abbed friend here? As he points to
They
Shadow.
are large, I guess.
Genalia, that's what it is.
I'm known as Shadow.
Well then keep to the shadows and you'll be fine then. You seem like a lovely little wolf.
Thank you, Frost Giant. Grog.
And as they say, let's go trinket, let's see what other villages await us. As they all just kind of make their way past you. And then up the hill and away. Up and away. And
Fucking
you.
hate 'em. Sorry.
I don't have a good feeling about them.
No, not really.
This is really weird because out of game I know who they are, and in game I don't.
I will.
Also out of game I don't know how they fit into this world at all.
Honestly, I just took characters that were really cool. I just needed like a designated like party. They're not like their characteristics in the show do not correlate to in game.
Right, but like I'm kind of metagaming in the sense that like, okay, is like the Roll20 or the Critical Role crew, are they gonna be like somehow bad guys in this world? Because that would be devastating to my heart. But
They are what everything you have perceived so far.
right,
They seem to have no lies about them.
which is great because we know nothing about them and they could be anything. So
Exactly. But they
Yep.
ain't lying. Okay,
Okay.
so I guess
That's where I'm gonna call it.
yeah,
yeah, that's what I was
Um,
thinking.
so I
It's
figured.
getting late for Wizrat and Wolfie, and
I will
gotta
say,
I'm sorry it took so long, guys.
there's nothing actually. The cave just seems to have a bunch of really, really cut up, burned, bited, and
You mean
disheveled
a black screen?
vines.
I'm sure we could talk about that.
Scroll down. Scroll down.
oh,
Yeah. No, it's just. I was gonna say there's nothing special inside of here. It's just dead beast.
I mean, it's still good to like
Damn.
for next session look at what was here so we can report it back to like the shopkeep and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, for now, yeah, it doesn't matter.
sick.
These are all
Nasty, bro.
technically dead.
That was a fun game.
Yeah, a lot of things happened that was yeah.
That,
Yeah.
what?
Nothing. Kitsu, I just
Apacha, apacha. Hancha.
let's go. Are you gonna do like a wrap up shadow, or are you going? Cause I can find someone to raid with you.
It's
Oh, I
pretty
was
late,
gonna
so
raid
let's get
Kitsu.
going.
Yeah, he's already
Kitsu just raided me.
Oh my
What?
God.
He was only streaming for 50 minutes. It said.
Do Inferno. Inferno deserves it.
Who?
No, I was gonna say, let's go to Angry Halo Shop.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, Angry Halo Shop.
Okay.
Let's go to Angry Halo because I like him.
He's not. Okay. He's
Yes.
Not, how long has it been live?
He should be going for a little bit, knowing him and his schedule.
All right. We're gonna
Well,
raid
thank you
Angry Halo
all
Ship.
For
Apparently.
the game's friends, I'm gonna head out.
Yep.
But another fun D&D
Later.
session. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all.
Ooh.
Bye.
Okay, guys, go shed some love on this boyo, or I don't know if they're actually boyo. Them, go show some love to them. A woo, they're cute. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't wait for your Zerda. I just did it.
Yep, I'm undoing it too.